What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another night. Episode 4 of the Boba Fett podcast. The podcast of Boba Fett. We will be covering over the episode, so if you haven't seen the episode, we suggest that you don't actually listen to this podcast until after the fact. But if you don't care, you're more than welcome to stay. The first half, about the first 40 minutes or so, we break down the entire episode. I talk about it, frame by frame, basically. And then after that, we go into speculations and theories and discussions, and then I invite the everyone in. Can you hear that music in the background? Yeah. Okay, let me lower that just a little bit more. There we go. All right. Welcome. How's everyone doing? Welcome, chat. What's going on, Duke? What's going on, D-Money? You get to join me up here, chat. So we're going to go over. I hope they kill Boba at the end of this. I don't think they will. I think they're going to make a season 2. I do, even with the numbers low. And I talked about that episode 1, and I think episode 2. I said it all depends on if it gets good ratings or not. They'll do a season 2. But I think they need shows. And I think there's going to be a connection. We'll go into this a little bit later. We'll go into this a little bit later. So yeah, this is the podcast of Boba Fett. It covers the book of Boba Fett. We're here live every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Once this show ends, we'll go into the next Disney Plus show, which seems to be Moon Knight. So we'll do a Moon Knight episode. And I was also thinking of switching the name of the Marvel show. So instead of saying like a Moon Knight podcast, I'm trying to come up with just a name for the show, and I don't want to use Endgame Podcast because the Endgame Podcast is about like news, unless we use the Endgame Podcast for that, and then we change the Endgame Podcast name. But yeah, so I want to come up with a name for the Star Wars shows that come out, and I want to come up with the Marvel Disney Plus shows that come out, like something generic, like Stark Industry podcast, or I think I already have one for the Star Wars one. I think we might use Tashi Station. So something just like relevant, like, from the canon of Marvel and the canon from Star Wars or not. All right. So spoiler alerts. Oh, my spoiler alert's not working. Give me a second. When I switch between programs, sometimes it doesn't work. How come it doesn't work? Oh, that's because the spoiler alert is not here anymore. Interesting. Image, add source, spoiler alert, add source. Why isn't this working? I'm so confused. We are in... that's why. We're in scene 2, spoiler alert. There we go. So spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the episode, you probably do not want to continue on. We will talk about spoilers ahead, and we also will talk about theories and speculations after that. Krebsy says pacing. I hope he fails and then just have him be a cameo from the future, because my God. All right, so let's get started, shall we? We shall. It opens up, the Book of Boba Fett, episode 4. It opens up with him in the Bacta tank. And I do have to say, I did call it this episode. I call a lot of stuff in this episode. I called that episode 4 would be the episode for Fennec. I called that Boba Fett's ship was in the Jabba's palace. I called that Kirsten would be hired by him after episode 2. I said they'll work together. And there was one more thing I said. there's one more thing, and maybe it'll come to my mind. But it starts in the back. Oh, the back to tank. That they finally told you why he was in the back to tank, and he's fixed. He doesn't have a sickness or anything like that. This is why he was at weak points. He was literally healing himself, and I said he's going to be in there. The only reason they're using it is for flashback sequences, okay? For flashback sequences, and they're also using it to heal him, okay? And this is why he wasn't at full strength up until this entire time. So there you go. And then Fennec even says, you should use a back to tank. So, all right. So we see him in the back to tank, and then it's in the dream sequence, and he's riding across the desert. And then all of a sudden, he comes across the Jabba's palace. He takes a look at it and sees all the guards and stuff out there. Are you giving me a cookie, Krebsy? You give me a cookie? I'll take the cookie because I predict a lot of stuff that comes true because of way the story is pushed out. You know what I mean? Did my audio just change up for a second? No, never mind. No, we're good. We're good. My headset died out there for a second. So yeah, I'll take the cookie because I predict a lot based on, and I always love saying they didn't tell it in the story, so it's not going to happen. Like, storytelling is very important, and the way they put it, I can see that's what they're doing, right? Yeah, Boba was an idiot once again. Yeah, we'll talk about what I think. Even if he's fully healed now, he's still weird. So Boba looks at through the, and seeing how many guards there are. He doesn't want to do anything. He counts the guards. It's like, okay, well, he's trying to get his ship. He starts to talk to this Bantha. Now, I don't know if he's going crazy. Okay, I don't know if he's going crazy, or I don't really like this aspect of it, right? Boba Fett, obviously we knew nothing of him from just the movies. I'm not talking about the extended universe. I'm not talking about the legacy or anything like that. I'm just talking about from the movie. We know nothing about him. What we do know about him is that he's supposed to be the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. Okay, we do know that Jango Fett was his father, who was also one of the better bounty hunters in the galaxy. We do know that Boba Fett loves money. Okay, because he didn't want Solo to be damaged in any way, shape, or form, and he wanted the Empire to recoup the costs if anything goes wrong with him for Jabba. So we know that he liked doing what he was doing. In this series, that's nothing. That's nothing what Boba Fett is. Okay, in this series, Boba Fett's talking to Banthas and talking to Rancors like they're little puppies, and he's like, "Oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?" And I'm like, what is happening to Boba Fett right now? Okay, he's like talking to the Bantha, feeding the Bantha, like he cares for it like a dog, like he's weak. And Fennec even says it in this episode, right? He says the deserts made you weak, or whatever. Okay, so he's sitting in the desert, he's eating, and then all of a sudden he sees a blast going off, and all of a sudden the music plays, right? So that's Mando taking off and leaving, okay? But then there's a second ship, okay? I think there's a second ship that leaves, and then obviously he shows up, and there's Fennec, okay? So he picks up Fennec. Now Fennec is dead. Now, obviously, if she was bleeding that much, I would think she'd be dead anyway, but apparently she's missing her whole, lower abdomen. So he picks her up, and then rides her back to Mos Eisley, okay, or Mos Espa. And then here we go again, and we see the Bionic people. Now, this is the only reason the Bionic people were shown last episode, and this is the reason they're shown this episode, because now we know Fennec is part robotic, like she's a cyborg, okay? And that's the only reason they brought these characters on Vespas in, and we do get a Vespa shot in this episode again. We get a Vespa shot with an idiot, and I love how everyone that's a cyborg in this world now is like a teenager or a young adolescent, like 20s, and they all look like a bunch of rejects, right? And I mean that in the nicest way, okay? Like this guy. This freaking guy. Let me see if I can, this guy. Come on, dude. Like each of these guys, right? Like you have her. Okay, you got her. You got him. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Honestly, I don't know what they're doing with the. And this was the only reason they were implemented, so we can see this whole scene is just cringeworthy. Okay, right? They're all from Cyberpunk 2077, right, Gritter? Right? They're all. It's very cringeworthy here. Okay, I was like, what is happening with Star Wars with this stuff? So give me a second. I gotta move my Discord over. Okay, I'm very. It just doesn't make sense to me. I was just like, okay, great. So they brought these guys in from, and they stick out of Star Wars. It's just, it's so weird to me. Like, I understand this is after New Hope, after Return of the Jedi. They never were on planet before. Now all of a sudden they are, right? Millennials, huh? What are you gonna do? They don't like they're in Star Wars. Besides cybernetics, yeah, they just feel off. They do. They look stupid, Duke. So he walks into this thing, and then here we go again. We have two more stupid-looking people, like, staring at him. Okay? Again, another two stupid-looking people staring at him. You're like, okay, great. Okay. You're like, ah, fantastic. They're so edgy. Still working at the Hot Topics place going on, right? They're getting cybernetics in. And again, even the actual gear itself, and I know I'm being nitpicky here, but even the stuff itself doesn't look that futuristic. It looks really quick done type of stuff. But I digress. Right? And then you have the tattoo artist, get out of here. Right? She's dying. And then throws money. Well, why didn't you lead with that? And then there's this montage sequence of him switching his hands and then flipping the things. And I'm just like, what is happening? Right? What is happening? This guy looks weird too. They all look weird. They all look like they don't fit inside Star Wars. Okay? It's like a bunch of extras around the set. They're like, let's put him in something and put him inside here. Okay? So he works on her and then says, are you going to close her up and cover up all that beautiful art, right? All that metal, whatever. So that's where we stand right now with what is happening here with my yeah. So that's where we stand. Okay. So we have Spaghetti Head here doing surgery. Boba Fett pays him money. And then she wakes up in the desert. She was dead a couple of hours ago. Not even a day passed, right? No time passed. They don't show you that time passed. Just surgery and boom, they're back out in the desert. No bandages, no nothing. She's fine. She wakes up like nothing happened. She's like, where am I? Who are you? He knows who she is, right? And she doesn't know who he is. He says, I'm Boba Fett. Trying to keep his identity, but yet first thing he does is introduce himself as Boba Fett. And then hands her one of the trippy acid trip water balls. Okay. Says, I'm Boba Fett. She's like, what did you do to me? Where am I? You're dead. He's like, no, I fell in. He gives her the brief story or whatnot. And then they become friends, right? Does a little pack. You help me. And then, you help me get my ship. And then our debt's settled. Fine. Right? Let's move on. Right? So she does say something interesting, though. Right? Obviously, the speeder bikes defeated Tuskens, Boba says. And she says, speeder bikes beat the Tuskens? Doesn't sound right. Okay. She says it just doesn't. That's highly unlikely. So obviously we know it's the Pikes disguising themselves to make a war going on between the other factions, right? That's what's happening. Okay. But yet Boba takes out the anger later on and murders the whole biker gang. Okay. So we'll see later down the line that the biker gang has actually been double crossed and they'll join forces with Boba down the line to help defeat the Pikes. That's just my speculation. So they ride along, and it's quite some time because from sun up they ride across the desert back over to Jabba's palace, and then they look around. They see all the guards and stuff, and she says, "How many guards?" Can't see, so she takes one of the flying little ball device and flies, and it scans and scans the entire base, which I thought was pretty cool. Okay, for a second I was like, "What is that?" It was like, "Is that one of our new cybernetic powers that we don't even know?" It's like a mini Death Star. She throws the mini Death Star, and it starts to fly through, and it starts mapping out the entire location, so it knows where to break in, where to go, and it's pretty cool, right? I thought it was pretty cool. It goes through the whole palace. You see all the guards and stuff going through. I do like the practical effects again, the makeup and stuff like that, the guards and stuff. It's good, but it's not great. It's TV quality. It's not film quality, but they're good, right? Then it comes back to him talking to his bantha and saying, "You go, get out of here, run free, go make some babies." And I'm like, what is happening? What is happening to Fett? What is happening to this killer guy here, man? It's just weird. It's very, very strange, right? So then they have this little conversation. What's next for you? Okay. Well, I got to find my armor. Okay. So I got to find my armor. Then I got debt to pay. And then he says, I want to basically be a gangster, basically, right? So they show the map, show how many people there are. The little ball comes back. They start talking, making a plan, and then they sneak in. Okay, this is probably like the best part of the actual series, but there's a little bit of points that you're like, what the hell? So they sneak in. They sneak through the kitchen area here, where there's two robots making food, and they take them out. Which, the two robots, they get out. Then there's this little robot that comes in, and I'll show them to you in a second, right? This little robot comes in, and they have him chasing this thing around the kitchen. And yet this is another scene. I was like, what are we doing here? This is Boba Fett. I understand he doesn't have his armor, but his armor is not like his super ability. It's armor. Okay? He's still a skilled killer. But yet for some reason, he can't catch this little robot chicken. Okay? He can't catch him. And I was like, what are they doing again with this? It's like a little fun little scene going on. I thought Jar Jar Binks was in the show for a second. Okay, and then he picks him up and says, "Do you know who I am?" And he's like, "I'm Boba Fett." Like, stop telling people your name. Okay, if you want to remain dead and it's the advantage, then stop telling people you're Boba Fett. Okay. It's bad enough you have your helmet off on every fucking scene when you have your armor on, okay? So then they find the ship, okay? Right where I thought he left it, okay? Inside the garage. So it's been there for about 5 years, a little rusty, okay? Then all of a sudden, no alarms go off, no nothing. They take the two guys out pretty fast, and then all of a sudden alarms go off, everybody else gets alarmed, and then here we go. This is where, and I know I'm looking into it a little bit here. Okay. You go to the ship. I understand he knows how to fly it. Make sure it's okay. But then she's protecting him, right? Like she's the muscle. He's just, he's an idiot. He's a baffling buffoon right now. Okay. So he goes into the ship. He doesn't know how to figure it out. He's lost. He's like, what does this button do? I can't get anything to work, right? This is my ship for years, and I don't know what anything does. Oh, man, she's good, right? I can't see anything. You got to open the door, right? She's fighting off people. She's a badass, right? She's shooting things, killing things. He's doing nothing, Nothing. Right? Right? So then he finally opens up the thing and can't shoot. He can't shoot. He turns the wrong way, right? Like he lost his mind. Like he got into the ship and knew he was facing the right direction. Okay, and then got in and turned the wrong direction, right? Then the guns are jammed, and all this stuff. It was just really, really strange, okay? Here's another thing, right? I talk about the makeup, but a lot of the makeup is kind of bad. If you look at this scene right here, look at the face, okay? It's a mask. You can tell it's a mask because his eyes are completely gone. They're just black. They're just black. Just black eyes. Okay. It's pretty bad. But I digress again. Okay. So all of a sudden he starts to destroy the Jabba's palace from underneath. He doesn't know how to operate. He's like, oh, it's too hard. I don't know what I'm doing. She's like, hold on a second. Put the ramp up. I got this. Right? And then she shoots the door open, and then you see this face right here. Oh yeah. That's right. I'm a badass. Okay. Mind you, this entire time, there is no tension the entire time. Why is there no tension? Because we already saw them in Mandalorian Season 2. Does he get the ship out? I don't know. What's going to happen? I don't know. They could get caught. This could be it for them. One of them could die. No, nothing. Nothing of this. Nothing of that. Okay. And then they fly away. And then I forget what she says here. Hold on. She says something in this next scene, and then she gives him this look. Okay. She gives him a dirty look. Next time, stick to the plan. And he says, next time. And then she gives him this look, and they have this like a little smirk or whatever. Okay. So they have this other conversation going on. Right? Oh, she's in good shape. She's just a little rusty. Okay. They have good mechanics as Mos Eisley. No, I'm going to do maintenance myself because you have an advantage to people thinking you're dead. Not if you're going around telling everyone you're fucking Boba Fett, you don't. I'm just saying. Bad script writing, Favreau. Bad script writing. Okay. So then Boba Fett has this moment of he's a badass again. He just doesn't give a shit, right? This felt a little weird, but it felt sort of like Anakin slaughtering the children. Okay, he comes up behind the bikers and just mows them down. And I was like, all right, cool. I guess that he would do that because he was really sad that he killed they killed the guys that he thought he killed, even though they didn't. I think he killed these guys by accident. Well, not by accident, on purpose, but by accident because they're not the ones that killed the actual thing. Just because they had the logo on there, they just throwing you off because they actually didn't kill them, right? At least in my opinion. And then she gives him this look. Did you guys ever get this look? If you get this look, you better do something. You better take out the trash. You better move out off the couch. You better do something, right? Take your shoes off. Something. This is the look that she gave him after he killed all the bikers. Now, she knows that the bikers didn't kill the Tusken Raiders, but Boba does think. So at this moment, I'm thinking that she's thinking that she's the smart one. He's an idiot, okay, and doesn't actually understand what's going on here, okay? But that's just the way I look at stuff, okay? Do you know who I am? I'm the guy that Han wrecked by accident, right? I don't know why he killed the bikers. They did the planet a favor by killing the killers, enslavers, and thieves. So then he flies off, and then this is another dumb scene. Not that I'm saying that this episode's bad, but this is a dumb scene, okay? So he flies above the Sarlacc pit, and then she gives him this look again. She gives him this look again, which is a different look, but gives him the look, okay? And then they go straight down, facing down. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. This is a stupid move. they look inside the Sarlacc pit, and obviously the Sarlacc pit is not making a move, and you know it's going to jump at you at any moment. And he takes a flashlight, puts it in, and then all of a sudden it grabs the Slave One, and I'm still calling it Slave One. Fuck you, Disney. Okay, it's not called the fire spray or whatever you want to call it. Okay, right. So he shines a light in, and then all of a sudden it grabs it. Now, here's a dumber thing here. That another thing that Fennec is in the chair. They're being sucked in. They're being grabbed. They can't escape, but Boba can't do anything, right? Now, let's be honest. The hole is like this. The ship is like this, right? So, like, the hole is this big, and the ship is like this big at the moment, where the mouth is smaller than the actual ship. So, they can't actually, like, get eaten by the thing as, fast. Anyway, she's trying to reach the button. Instead of using her voice, the lips, and saying, hey, do you have a bomb? Do you have to, what does that button do? Right? There's no marker on it whatsoever to say that it's a what's the bomb called? The sonic, I forget what the hell. It's a depth charge, whatever. Boba Fett doesn't try to, push the button himself, even though he can reach it. Like, when he's trying to just smack her hand or something, be like, what, do you want to push this button? I can reach it, right? She gets out of the thing, right? Again, no tension here. At least for me, there's no tension. Why? Because we know they're in Mandalorian, right? This is all before Mandalorian, so we know the ship is there. We know everything is fine. There's really no tension whatsoever. Seismic charge, thank you, right? So she pushes the button, and then she says, in the hole. Okay? In the hole. And then he's like struggling with the ship and doesn't know how to push the button. And then it blows up and it kills him from the inside, from the inside. I'm surprised Boba, as he got caught, was like, I'm Boba Fett. Like, he didn't say his name to the fucking Sarlacc pit because he was introducing himself to everybody. I thought maybe he would have done it to the Sarlacc pit. Okay? So then they break free, and then the next scene is that he goes into there. Okay. Oh, before I get there, then there's this joke sequence, which it seemed very forced, where after they're saved, he looks at her. Or actually, he doesn't even look at her. He looks straight ahead and says, "Next time, don't touch my buttons." Right. And then they had this moment. Right. And then we get this look again. That's the look, right? Don't touch my buttons. And then she looks over him again. And you can tell it was like a forced line, right? And at this moment, I know Favreau and Rodriguez are in the background, and Filoni they're laughing like, oh, see, that's a good line. That's a good line, right? But it was bad. Maybe he'd introduced himself to the Sarlacc pit, but it happened off screen. Maybe. Okay. So then he goes back in there, okay, and then, tries to find his armor. She pulls him off. Again, he's an idiot that goes into a Sarlacc pit with no protection. He's like, his cloth is burning. It's slimy. It should be burning off of his body at this moment, okay? She pours water on his head, and then they go off, okay? Then they have this moment, again, at a fire, while they're sitting there next to the ship. Slave One. Okay. Yeah, he introduced himself when he fell in. Hi, I'm Boba Fett. Right? Right? Are you serious about forming your own house? Yes. Right? And I need to hire, do jobs, whatever. And then he tells her, I need brains and muscle. And you're both. Right? So that's what happens there. Okay? So that is the what's happening here. Sorry. Question from the family. So basically he says you're both. Okay? So brings her along, and then it shows up, and it shows this montage of him taking over Fortuna, shooting Fortuna, takes off the throne, and then gets out. And then we hear the droid go, "Congratulations, Master Fett. You are fully healed." Okay. And again, I said this ploy back in, I think, episode 2, may have been 1, where I said I think it's just the only reason the back to tank there is to do flashbacks and to heal him. It's not because he's dying slowly of some disease or anything like that. And I don't care if that's from like from the comics or from the old, right? That this is the show, and in the show they never established that he was injured or sick in any way, shape, or form. Like, I only have 6 months to live. I'm Boba Fett, right? There was nothing like that. So he's fully healed now. So that's telling the audience, all right, audience, get ready, because Boba Fett's fully powered now, and he can kick ass, right? That's what it is, right? So I'm gonna get my armor. No, you shouldn't go. He's like, I should show my face in town. And of course, he walks in. This is another kind of stupid scene. Okay. And then we get Black Krrsantan. Okay. Krrsantan's drinking his woes away. Like, this is what he would do. Right? He's like, why wouldn't he have, like, I don't know, other, like, Twi'leks, like, brushing him, Get that matte finish off of him. I mean, look at him. He's completely, come on, get a brush to that thing. Okay. He should be like rich, not poor. He's a fucking massive bounty hunter, right? Which I have a problem with, because if he is poor and he's not paying his tab, I mean, come on, Krrsantan, what's happening to you? Okay. So he looks at the Trandoshians, and their Trandoshians are minding their own business. Right? They're playing, they're gambling, they're having a fun time, and I have a problem with the Trandoshians as well. I know I'm bitching a lot today. Okay. But their eyes, man, their eyes don't move. It's like the masks, for some reason, look like they bought them at, like, Party City. Okay. Their eyes don't ever move. They just, it's weird. It's just weird. Okay. So he gets pissed off. He gets up and then starts to, fight them and toss them over and break their backs and whatever. He's angry. And then all of a sudden we have the club owner, and she starts to talk. Tell him, hey, that's not nice, Krrsantan. I understand you're missing out on your friends and you used to chant your name and all this stuff. Okay. Again, look at the crowd inside of this cantina. Where the fuck are we? I feel like we're looking at The Last Jedi when they went to that casino world, which I don't remember what the name of it was. Okay. This does not look like people that live on Tatooine. This does not look like anybody that lives on Tatooine. This looks like they should be on Naboo or whatever that planet was where they were at the casino. Okay. Something's just weird. Okay. It's like an alternate universe of Tatooine. Okay. But whatever. Okay. So she comes out and is like, yeah, I understand that you're not the hero anymore, but you don't need to do this anymore, right? It's a impressive display. You're right. You're awesome. You shouldn't have to do this. Okay. Just put the Trandoshian down. And he's like, I think I'm going to rip his arm off. Okay. Right. Let's just rip his arm off. Rips his arm off. And then everyone goes about their business. And guess who's got their helmet off when they come in? Okay. Guess who's got their helmet off when they come in? That's right. He might as well just stand in the doorway and look at everyone and say, I'm Boba Fett. Okay. Here's what I look like. My address is blah, blah, blah. I'm back out over here. Can I show what pick again? Which pick do you want to? All right. So there's Boba Fett, just in case because you never see him with this helmet on anymore. You see his helmet like on the ground, on a table, thing. It's never really on his head. Okay. Right. Rip the dude's arm off. Right. And Boba just kind of looks at him. Right. And then the line out of him says, well, it could have been worse. Could have been worse. Grinner says, I'm telling you, I never understood why fans made such a big deal of Boba Fett with his 4 lines and whacked to death and Return of the Jedi, but we have now and we are paying for it. Exactly. Right? Last one of the Tatooine peeps. All right, hold on. Let me get back to that. I got to find the. Okay. Where is it? I can't find it now because I moved it. Picks him up. She comes around the corner. There we go. I thought this was somebody I knew, but I can't tell. Because you never him with it on, right? Last one, Tatooine peeps. No, it's just because of the comics. Same with the Wookiee from the last episode. Proved to be an idiot, right? Like, I don't know what they're doing with the characters. I feel like they had a good concept for what was going on, and yet I have yet to see a good like point of what's going on here. Like, all the characters are very, very weak to me. Okay? Very weak to me. Okay? I thought it was a pic of Coming to America. Right? So, yeah, look, here's more of the crowd, right? Like, what is happening? What is happening? Okay. So, and there he is. Like, I feel like when they told him to put the helmet, he's like, I need you to put the helmet like this. Like, just hold it. Like, I don't think anyone holds a helmet like that. I don't know. Bikers don't hold their helmet like this. I guess they do, but they literally hold it like upside down as they're walking and stuff, right? It's like he's literally using the helmet that was from Empire Strikes Back, and it's like a novelty item, and they don't want him to scratch it. Okay? It's just weird. Okay? So he says, right? Stanton looks at him and walks out the door. He looks back in very calmly. Oh, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. And then she's like, oh, go ahead. Go ahead. So then you see him walk out, and then Boba Fett says, it looks like you need a job. Oh, cool. Now they're back, and they're having the meeting. And this is probably like the cooler scene, where they're having a conversation. But here's what I don't understand. He called them for a meeting to say, I need you to join forces with me against the Pikes. And they're like, well, the Pikes pay us really well. Okay? We're getting our taxes from it. He says, fine. Then don't help me. I'll do it myself. And then I think he forgot a line, like saying, I'll do it myself. And when I do it myself, then I'm coming after each and every single one of you. Okay? But instead he goes, that's fine. You don't have to do anything. Just make sure when they come after you that you don't help them fight me. And everyone's like, sure. Okay? And I'm like, what kind of bargaining is this? Like, he wants to be the Daimo, right? He wants to be the Jabba the Hutt, but he doesn't want to rule with like a ruthless vibe. That's not a ruler. That's a neighbor. Okay? Right? It was just very strange, his negotiation skills, which was like terrible. Okay? The coolest part was the Rancor that came up, and then he had the intimidation factor, right? That's what he should have used when it came up. That's what he should have used. Okay? I don't understand the way he talks, and I'll actually say the lines that he says, right? Okay? We got Dogman over here. Okay? So he's building up an army. He stays quiet. Fennec's talking. Boba Fett removed him, right? Fortuna. Wealth and riches under Jabba's the Hutt. And you can, again, if you listen to Boba Fett. Okay? So they all look at him all weird. You got dog people, squid people, Trandoshians. Goes from the helmet to him. And I think this scene, there's a scene that it shows from the helmet and then it pans over to Boba Fett's face. And I think that that's supposed to represent, like, here's the old Boba Fett and this is the new Boba Fett, right? He's a congressman now. Okay? So he says, I may sit on the throne. Okay? I may sit on the throne, but I have no designs on any one or of your territories. I ask for no tributes, quarters, or expect to give none either. Okay? I'm here to make a proposal that mutually beneficial. Okay? As I'm sure you all know, the Pike Syndicate are mustering troops for Mos Espa. And they have slowly absorbed our planet as part of their spice trade. Okay? They have bribed the mayor, and they're daring the Tatooine of its health, or draining of its health. We have many credits from the sales of spice territories, the one guy says. Okay? Why do we deserve to be Daimo, the dog guy says. He says, we could just kill you and take what we want. Yeah, try that, buddy. I can murder you all right now, right? Then the Rancor shakes the table, and then he goes on. He says, easy. Right now, he's got him on the ropes, right? This is where the fear comes in. And no, he gives it up in 2 seconds, right? Right after they know he has a Rancor again, because they know the Rancor was dead. Now he has a brand new Rancor, and they're like, oh, shit. The Rancor's his pet, right? But that time has lived short. So he says, why we're speaking of conflict when the corporation can make us all rich, okay? Which is funny because at one point he says he doesn't care about money, but now he's talking about money, right? It's counterproductive here, okay? He says, what are you proposing? The robot says, okay? I was proposing that all the families of Mos Espa join a defense alliance until the Pike Syndicate is vanquished, okay? They only challenged your territory, no one else's, right? Spill blood, he says. So they move on from that. What's to stop them from killing? He stands up. I will vanquish. Okay, he actually says, I will vanquish to make a thing. Then I will fight these battles alone. What kind of statement is that? I need you to all join me in a thing. No, they're only challenging your territory. Well, then I will fight alone. Thanks for coming. Okay? At this moment, if you want to make a statement, you kill one of the guys at the table. You literally kill one of the guys from the table. I would kill dog guy myself, right? I would kill the guy in the back of at the head of the table. Okay? At that moment, he just takes his blaster or the flamethrower and roasts the dude and then says, any questions? And then everyone else is like, yeah, it sounds like a great plan, Lord Fett, right? That's what it should be. No, not nice Disney. He's literally asking permission. Okay? I will vanquish the interlopers and get rid of them. I will make the streets safe again. Now he's like he's crime dog McGruff or whatever, right? Crime dog McGruff. So all this room can prosper. Except that guy, right? Except that guy. Bam! Blows his head off, right? All I ask in return is that you all remain neutral. What kind of bargaining chip is that? And then the rest of the guys are like, yeah, sure. Okay, we'll remain neutral. If the Pike Syndicate approaches you to betray me, that you don't do it. So they all talk, and they're all like, well, it sounds good to me. Of course it sounds good to you. There's literally nothing. You literally have to do nothing except not take money from the other people. Okay? I hope this is what happens. Okay? I hope this is what happens. That they all double cross him. And then Boba Fett goes around and murders all the leaders and then just destroys everybody. That's what I hope that happens, right? Get some testosterone manness back into this thing. Okay. So after that, right, I would have killed the guy at the end. They all drive away. They're up on the balcony looking off the thing. My deal's a lot better than the Syndicate would ever offer. You didn't offer anything. Okay? To see the Pikes would eventually take over the whole planet anyway, he says. Okay? Then Fennec looks at him and says, how many credits, how much treasure do we have in reserves? I have plenty of credits. What I'm short of is muscles. Credits can buy muscle if you know where to look. Okay? So here's where the episode ends. What deal? Staying neutral? Exactly. So here's my theory that's going to happen maybe down the road. Okay? Down the road meaning 3 episodes. So we are now in the spot where he helped Mando out. Okay? He helped Mando out and then flew back here to take over this ship. So, people that can help them out right now to become an army. Obviously, you can get a whole bunch of red shirts, which are the Power Ranger group that he had last week. Okay, which were not in the show this week. Thank God. Okay, they were probably fixing up their Vespas. Okay, they have now Stanton, who tried to murder him. They got two guards. They got 5 Power Ranger guys. They don't really have an army right now. So what if Fett contacts Mando? Mando has the black saber. Bo-Katan has to follow where the black saber goes, so she would help as well. Okay? So if Mando has the sword, he's the leader of the Mandalorians right now. Okay, if he likes it or not. Okay, so there could be turmoil where he's like, "Yeah, we'll help," and he brings all the Mandalorians to Tatooine to be the army to help them get rid of the Pikes. Okay, because the Mandos would probably want to take the Pikes out as well because of all the spice they put through the universe or whatever, right? So that's maybe one way to go, right? They have the people on the city as well. They have the Tusken Raiders as well, okay? So it's going to be a big army, but I don't know how many people the Pikes have, okay? But I feel in some way, shape, or form that Mando will make an appearance with Bo-Katan and with the Mandalorians in this episode 7, probably, obviously. I still think the Pike are not behind it. I still think the Syndicate is part of it. There's that extra group because, again, why would Fennec say that the bikers would not, they could not, they wouldn't dare fight the Tuskens? Okay? So it's either the Pikes or it's somebody else. Okay? And I think there's a play back and forth here, right? Krabby says the Hutts should have showed up with the adult Rancor and say, "Hold my beer, my Rancor is bigger." Yeah, they could have named the show how neither the Mandalorian. I love that the 2 other Hutts said that the planet is worthless, and here we have someone say it's pretty smart to stay here or something like that, which then goes against what the other Hutts said. Yeah, right. And Fett's not even from this planet. He was literally a guy who worked for Jabba and, like, did jobs and came back and forth because it paid for him, right? He didn't say, like, this is his second home and he wanted to, like, take it over again or anything. You know what I mean? They played the Mando theme music. They played the Mando theme music real fast in the beginning when the ship flew off when he went to go get Fennec. You heard... Right? That's what they did. Well, they did play the Mando music after as well. Go, Mando Rangers. They're building the Megazord, yeah. You have a similar theory? And then Doctor Strange shows up. I just like the ending of the Endgame, only Mando's. And then I see Boba Fett take his helmet off and should kept the helmet off on bitch. Right. The show is, to me, Duke, I'm glad you like it, but man, it's rough right now. I know you're being sarcastic. Yeah, they played the Mando at the end as well. So Mando's coming back, right? The Mando's coming back. They're looking for money. Okay, keep your money. Your credits aren't good here, right? So the Mandalorians don't need your money. They have Beskar. It's the most expensive shit in the fucking galaxy, right? So I don't know, man. This episode to me, episode in this order, it goes episode 2, 1, 4, 3. Okay? Episode 2 is the best one. Episode 1 is the next best one. Episode 4, and then nothing's worse than last week's episode. Okay? Overall, right now, this is a mid-range show. This is like a 50, 60% for me. Okay? It's bad. It's a bad show. They're writing stuff, and they're not paying attention that they're writing stuff. Okay? I know Favreau's the writer, and I like Favreau, but it almost feels that Favreau's getting pulled in so many directions, and he's got so much on his plate between like Obi-Wan and this and Ahsoka and Bad Batch and all these other shows that they have in development and whatever else. It's like he's getting pulled. And that's just if he's got these jobs only and not talking about anything outside of Disney Star Wars. I feel like Favreau's like lack of sleep and he's not paying attention to what he's writing. Because some of this stuff is just bad. It's just bad. The show seems disjointed right now. I'm just glad I don't have to see him in the fucking tank again. Right. Like I said in episode 1, probably about episode 4, that they would stop the flashbacks, right? I think it was episode 1 or 2. I said they're going to stop the flashbacks in episode 4, I think. And I think they would. I don't think they could. Because the next flashback, the only flashback you could do from this point is meeting Mando. And you don't really need to show that. Why? Because they already fucking showed it. I stayed up till midnight last night to watch it. And after this episode, last week's, I won't do that for the rest of the show. Yeah, I wait till the next day. Like afternoon. I watch it mid-afternoon. I have a feeling that Boba's script got ruined when Gina Carano got canned. I don't know if it got ruined because of that. I truly believe that maybe Favreau is getting pulled into too many directions. He's literally got like 10 shows in the works, and he's probably getting asked questions. And like, there's an interview with Tamara Morrison that he talks about that his character's talking too much, and he went to said don't tell Favreau, but I don't want to say all these lines. The next day, they say that Favreau called from when he was on the airplane going to Georgia or whatever. Okay, so he said you have to say the lines. We'll take it out in post, and then they didn't take it out in post. Obviously, Boba Fett talks way too fucking much, right? There's major problems with the show right now. Right? Boba Fett, the whole thing was he's mysterious. Okay? He's supposed to be mysterious. He's not mysterious right now. He's completely not mysterious. They completely ruined everything about him. All they had to do was make him a badass, and it should have been almost the exact same as The Mandalorian. Helmet on, right? And just be a badass. Instead, they're trying to make him feel like we need to be a part, like see ourselves in him. Like, oh well, he's such a hurt fella. Like he could still be hurt and think of different things and want revenge and all that other stuff. This doesn't seem like the character of Boba Fett. This seems like like a fantasy of what someone wanted him to be, and it's terrible. It's terrible. There's 3 episodes left. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with this character, but by the end of this, I don't think they're going to kill him. I still don't think they're going to kill him. Okay? Something's up with Fennec. The way she says certain things and looks at him certain ways. Why does she want to stay with him? I don't think she's like was sent there and knew she was going to get shot in the gut so she could find Boba Fett so she could double cross him. I think this is a plan in the making, and someone got to her. There's something weird about it. There's something weird about what's going on, and we haven't seen it yet in the actual show itself, right? Or he's really missing Marissa Tomei. I'd be interested to see what percentage of the dialogue is Mando versus the other characters on screen. You mean is Boba versus other characters on screen? Is that what you mean, Buck? Like, I said this when we watched Mandalorian Season 1 and Season 2. I said, this is the Boba Fett that we wanted, right? We wanted to follow Boba Fett to being a bounty hunter and whatnot, okay? Instead, we get Boba Fett, and he's just not the guy we thought he was. He's like this soft, he likes animals, he wants to be like diplomacy, like he's not ruthless. I just don't understand what's happening with the character. Just looking on IMDb, Favreau isn't the only writer, so it could have he has a majority involved as we think. Maybe, but he does make the calls. Do you know what I mean? If he's the lead, let me see. Book of Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett, episode. Okay, so he was the writer. Was he the Jon Favreau and George Lucas and Noah Cooler? Noah, what's he doing? Noah did Book of Boba Fett, Alien Xmas, and Mandalorian. So that's all he's done as a writer. No, he didn't even do Mandalorian. What did he... Why does he have additional crew? Mandalorian. Writer's assistant. Well, this says a lot. He was a writer's assistant on Mandalorian in 2019. His first job in the business as a writer was 2016, 2017. He worked on 9 episodes of The Last Tycoon, a TV series. Then he didn't work again until 2019, where he did the Chef Show with Jon Favreau. Okay, that's documentary style stuff, right? Isn't that with Jon Favreau? Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the Chef Show. That's with Jon Favreau. So Noah Cooler is a person that knows Favreau in some way, shape, or form, and that's how he got in, right? So then he brought him in as a writer's assistant, right? Writer's assistant on Mandalorian. And then he became a staff writer on Book of Boba Fett. That explains a lot. Right? That makes a lot of sense. So I guarantee you the next... Let's see if this guy's got stuff coming up. There's not... They don't have anything... They don't have anything labeled. Yeah, they don't have anything labeled for the next thing. Like future endeavors with this guy. The writing is very bad right now. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to chapter 4. Chapter 4, yeah, it's George Lucas, Jon Favreau, and Noah Cooler. I bet you, even though Jon Favreau is the head writer and Lucas, based on the Star Wars, okay, But Noah, I guarantee you, is the head writer, but he doesn't get the writer credit. I bet you that Favreau's getting pulled, Reese, and he comes in and fills in the positions and stuff, right? Because let me look at Favreau real fast. Favreau right now, right? He's producing The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Jungle Book 2, Rangers of the Republic is still out there. Okay. He's doing all of that. He acted in Spider-Man No Way Home. He did the What If stuff. Yeah, he's writing for Book of Boba Fett. He's writing for the Mando seasons 3 and 4. Rangers of the New Republic. He's not directing anything. So his plate's got to be full, man. His plate's got to be full. All right, let me see here. What percentage? Already got that. Could also be KK. Could be. They could throw this Boba Fett back into the Sarlacc pit, and I'd be happy. Right, but you could, as you said, he's pulled a ton of directions. He might as well be checking, which would explain a lot. Yeah, it's weird. All right, so I appreciate tuning in for this section of the show. Now I'm going to bring in some people. If you like the breakdowns and me ranting and raving about the stuff, make sure you hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're new in the channel and you haven't been here before, because it does help us out here. Throw him back in the pit. All right, let me bring in Zhang is here. Zhang, what's going on, my friend? What's your thoughts on the show? He might have stepped away for a second, so when he comes back, we'll pick up a conversation with him. So, what is everyone's thoughts in chat? Where do you rate this? Right? Is this a good show, decent show, bad show? What is it? Where you guys land on this? I have a feeling a lot of people that are like Star Wars diehards are like, man, this is amazing. Now I'd never watch anybody else's shit until after I'm done with this show, because I don't want to be pushed one way or the other. I want to watch the thing, tell you my thoughts right off the bat, and then give you my rundown of what I think's happening in the show. Okay. And then after I'm done here, I go watch other people's thoughts and processes and go, yep. But I have a feeling a lot of people are like, oh, this is so much better than last episode.
I know some people that are like that already.
Do you?
Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, what's going on, man?
Nothing. This episode was better than 3.
Right.
Anything.
Right. It's better than 3, but that's not saying too much.
Yeah, 3 was the worst one if I counted Mando as part of this.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Someone brought up the guards that Boba and Fennec almost killed.
Right.
And I'm like, wait, why are y'all working for the guy that nearly killed you? Why?
Yeah.
What? It's the same thing for the Wookiee. What's his name?
Kristanton.
He's working for him now.
Yeah. Black Kristanton.
Yeah, this guy.
I said he's gonna work with him. I said it.
Why didn't it happen last episode? This is such a wasted scene.
Because he let him go, right? It was that terrible fight choreographed scene, and then he ran away, right?
Oh, and I understand what you mean by there being no tension within this episode, because we already know.
Yeah, you already know.
It's like in Solo, right? How did he get the ship?
Right.
He got it.
Yeah.
How did he get the what was it? His keychain? Well, he bought it. Or he stole it.
Right.
Okay. Why do we need a whole movie for the? Why are we?
Yeah. When you do
It's
prequels, anytime you do flashbacks or prequels or anything like that,
you can't have tension with the character's
there's
past.
no tension ever for me. I'm like, okay, great. There's an action
You can
sequence
have
going on.
tension for a character in the past.
Sure.
Like
Sure.
okay, did they leave or did they die here? Oh, maybe they left. Maybe they betrayed him and he had to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, we don't get that. It's and Fennec should logically be dead. Does she have the Force? Is she?
Yeah. See, that's another thing, right? Like,
I just looked at how she died.
I understand that she got shot in the gut, and he says that she was bleeding out in the gut. You had a gut wound, he said, right? And you're bleeding out it, right? He rode a bantha from
Yeah,
where
which
he
takes
was,
long.
to where she is, and then rode to Mos Eisley. It's not the fastest mode of transportation. You know what I mean? It's not like he was riding a speeder bike.
It's not like okay, if you had to pick, let me transport this person on top of a cheetah or an elephant. I wonder which one.
Right.
I wonder which one is better.
And let's not talk. They didn't even show a shot of her like on the table with like
Blood.
any kind of, well, not even blood, no kind of machines holding her like on life support. Right? He was just working on her.
I love how he didn't check how much money he got.
Nope.
Boba could have scammed him.
Yeah. No,
And
not
now
this
it usually
Boba.
costs 50.
Not this
You're
Boba.
right.
Not this Boba. He's too
sticking to the fact that the
he's too
Sarlacc
honest.
changes people. I'm sticking to that. There's no way. Because why is he acting so differently? Because he failed one time?
Yeah. Well, he failed a lot of times. He's failed multiple times when he was a kid, right? In the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
right? And you know his character when he got so upset. He got so upset. And like I understand he's a grown up now, and you think differently and stuff, but the character that we saw that we knew, okay. And this is the weird part because what we saw in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, yes, he only had a couple lines, but the lore behind him, and then what they made in Clone Wars of as a kid growing up, you're like, okay, that's who he becomes. And now we're watching like a completely. I feel like I'm in a different timeline universe from Doctor Strange, right? I feel like this is not Boba Fett from the same universe.
This is a Boba Fett that decided to be a good guy after he nearly died, I guess. I don't know why. People been trying to say, well, that's why he's like that. Well, he nearly died. It's like, he fought Darth Vader and almost died. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are going to pull from the comics and whatnot, and I don't know what's canon or not canon anymore. So,
well, the Sarlacc pit thing isn't canon, but they're probably going to retroactively say that's why in the show. Someone's going to say, well, the Sarlacc changes people if you actually survive. It's like, who else survived?
No, but see, that's just it. How would anybody know they survived? No one's ever survived. He's the only one.
They're going to say some legend guy. Oh, that's going to suck too.
Do you know what I mean? He's supposed to be the only one to escape from the Sarlacc. That's why, just from that alone, they're like, holy shit, this guy's a badass, right?
Yeah, he escaped from the Sarlacc.
He escaped from the Sarlacc pit. That's tension. But every time someone sees him, they're like, do you know who I am? I'm Boba Fett. I'm Boba Fett. Right? He gets no respect. He's like Rodney Dangerfield of the Star Wars universe right now.
Man. Oh, God. I don't like the Wookiee scene. I rewatched it while you were talking about it. And I'm just, like, y'all could have done this last episode. Just don't have him go away and just convince him the same way.
Yeah.
You convinced the guys that you nearly killed before. You nearly killed the two, what are they called? The guards? The green pig guys? What are they properly called?
I forget what they're the names of the...
Yeah, but like, they were nearly killed by Boba and Fennec, but they want to... I guess they just forgot too. Oh, man. I love how Boba... Did Boba forget that he got out the Sarlacc pit?
Gamoran is the...
Gamoran guards.
Yeah.
I wonder if though... Oh, yeah, he did only have two. Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, and they lost weight. They were much...
I love how they were able to take him down. It just proves that...
Quest says it's a good show, unfortunately not great. Like a real badass Boba Fett show. It's off-putting to me.
I don't
Obviously,
think it's a good show, honestly.
I'm gonna watch the rest because I have to watch the car wreck. I gotta see the train wreck happen, right?
I'd rather watch the episode where Mando's in a cave with the where he had to deliver the babies than watch. If I had to rewatch that, I'll rewatch Mando so far. Sorry, I'm watching that.
A good drinking game. Each time he says I'm Boba Fett, you take a shot. Yeah. Every time he introduces himself, I'd be trashed by the end of the show, Buck.
It's like, hey, I'm Boba Fett. Aren't you supposed to be hiding?
Every episode he says his name. Every episode he says his name to somebody and no one respects him. He literally had to say it to a robot he was chasing around like a doofus. Like a doofus. Like I wanted to put the Benny Hill music to it when he was chasing him. Like I was like, what is happening in this show right now?
I would rather Boba Fett die. Like honestly, because of how this version of him is. Come on, like I know they aren't gonna kill him because first off, fan service. That's easy fan service. Everybody loves Boba Fett.
Yeah,
Well,
they
used
did.
to.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they used to. Now it's a conflicting thing to say. It's like, do you really like this version of Boba Fett, or I would say the one that had 4 lines is more intimidating.
All right. So Reese says, I'm curious to how much of the factor do you think the actor's in for no helmet nonsense? I honestly don't think. I'll bring you in a second, Krebsy. I honestly don't think Tamara Morrison is like, I ought to see my face. I honestly don't think so. The way he did the interview saying I have way too many lines and says that Boba Fett's supposed to be mysterious, and yet he's got his fucking helmet off in every scene possible. Here's the thing. Can you imagine, just imagine all the times that Darth Vader in all 3 films back in the day, if he took his helmet off every 5 fucking seconds, right? Would Darth Vader have this allure around him of being this evil dark entity? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Boba Fett is supposed to be like
Intimidating.
like intimidating, mysterious. He's supposed to be the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. Okay,
I think he's a chump here.
he this is not the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, and
Why
I'm
is
glad
he
the
not
robot
helmet?
told me that he's healed now. But then he doesn't even fight in this episode.
You know what would have been better? He fights Fennec and loses.
Right,
Fights Fennec and loses.
right. He's healed, so he should be the best of the best right now. Meaning, think about this. Think about this. When he fought all those stormtroopers in Mandalorian and in Mando's show, where he wiped out like 16 of them, he wasn't even fully healed yet. Okay,
Yeah.
he didn't even have the back to tank yet. Okay, and then all of a sudden now, once he gets the palace, he's like, oh, a back to tank. Like, who used that? Jabba didn't use it.
How would he fit?
Right? So where from what section of timeline when he was at the Mando where he's fighting all the stormtroopers to when he took the throne over, did he get massively injured and hurt from the Sarlacc pit and from whatever else, right? He didn't. All right, Cubs, I'm bringing you in.
I also don't like that either. So, did Mando forget that he came out with the armor? Did he forget? Does he have memory loss?
Exactly. He crawled his ass out, right? He knew he got out with his armor, right? But he forgets that the armor's in there, right? He woke up and he didn't have armor. So what do you think? Did he peeled him off himself and then it went back into the pit?
And then, like, why would you take off the rest of the armor? Besides, like, I guess the helmet, just to get a good breath of fresh air. But, like, why take off the shoulder? Why take off all this armor?
What if he's such a great bounty hunter? You would think he's a great detective, right?
You would think he has a brain.
So you would think he would go, hey, who would have seen my armor?
Who would have taken it?
Jawas, they scavenge for stuff. Maybe I'll check with them. Never crosses his mind.
Yeah, he never goes to them. I guess I'll be another flex. Oh wow, we're not even gonna see that. Oh man.
No, he does. He does ask the Jawas in episode.
It's
episode 3 where the pikes are, right?
Oh crap! So he went there. Just he has to have something. Something's wrong.
Well, not anymore. No, he's completely healed.
No, I mean mentally. Something's wrong.
No, he's completely healed. The Bacta tank has completely cured him of everything. He's a perfect specimen at the moment.
Until he loses in another fight, and then it's like, how did you lose?
He's perfect. Krebsy, what's going on, man?
Episode makes me sad.
What's that?
The pacing is awful.
Yeah.
Well, no, you have to have pacing for it to be awful.
Oh yeah. That's right.
There is no pacing. It's just awful.
It's random events.
True though, like
there was I already ranted about it. Like there's so many things wrong with what happened in this episode, and nothing has to be blamed against Vespas, right? It's literally bad writing, and like why would Fennec say the line? Okay, first off, he says the bikers killed the Tusken Raiders. She says, no, they would not dare do that, right? Meaning she knows, she's smart enough to know that the bikers wouldn't mess with the natives. They wouldn't mess with the natives, okay? Yet Boba's like hell-bent on, well, I gotta get revenge of these people that we don't know how long he spent with them. All he had to say to Fennec was, I spent the last 4 years with them, and these guys killed him, right? Right? We know nothing about his relationship with the Raiders, but what we saw, which was what? A week? Oh, right?
Yeah, but
less than a month.
To play devil's advocate, why would a bounty hunter open up to a stranger they just met?
Why would a bounty hunter introduce himself with his fucking name 10 seconds after saying, who are you?
Well,
Yeah,
if you're a notorious bounty hunter, your name would have some fear attached to it.
But is he trying to intimidate her?
No. Trying to work with her.
Right?
He could have said my name is Jimmy Bill or something.
Yeah. I'm just a hermit that wanders the plains, right? Not showing his cards out because he's
thinking about the Tuskens.
I think that he probably saw that. Well, we know that he saw Mando and attacking Fennec, so maybe he wanted to get information out of Fennec, and she can't get information out of Fennec unless she.
He didn't see.
Well,
he
what
didn't
you're.
See
yeah, go ahead, Zach. Hank, go ahead.
He just saw the ship going off, right?
Right, he saw the ship going off, and then it looked like there was two ships, right? It looked like two things left, which was.
Didn't they show the scene with
no
from season 1 of Mandalorian with like the I don't know what his name is. It's Mando, and then the dude looking over the dune.
Yeah, they didn't show it. They just showed her dead, and him walking up.
Yeah, and it's been hours. She should be dead. I guess that guy's a miracle worker too. That's a miracle worker.
Here, I'm gonna play the scene real fast. Yeah, he sees. It sounds like two. Okay. He stands up. All of a sudden, he hears the noise, and it's the ship. It leaves, and it's off in the distance. It leaves, and then all of a sudden, another ship takes off and leaves as well. There's two ships that leave.
Yeah.
Who's the other ship?
Say that again.
There's two ships that leave. Here, I'll play it. Okay, let me bring it up. There's this ship right here, right? That's one ship that's leaving, right? And it leaves. Like you see it trail off into the distance and leave. And then he looks more, and then another ship takes off and leaves. Following that ship. Who's the other ship?
It's Mando. Well, wait.
No, because at the end of the episode, he kills the guy at the spaceport.
Yeah, I guess someone else needs to leave at the same time.
But why would they show two ships? Why would they show two ships?
Didn't they get back to the place before he died?
When He left. The dude shot her. Okay. He went straight back to because when Mando came back, she was dead. Right. He didn't even try to pick her up or save her or anything. Right. Correct.
Yes.
So when he went back to the spaceport, because now the dude took the bike or whatever. Okay. Mando gets back to the spaceport. Now he's holding hostage Grogu. Right. He takes a shot, kills the guy at the spaceport, and then takes off.
Mm.
So who's the second ship, and why do they show it?
Let me see.
Well, what's the second? Hold on.
I can't play it on stream. I can't play it on stream. It's literally at 4:48 is the second ship like flying off.
There is no second ship. Why would Mando take two ships?
There wouldn't be two ships. At this moment in Mando, we only know about Mando. There's no other person that's following him that we know of.
At that point.
Correct.
Yeah,
Well, then,
that's weird too.
wouldn't there be a ship for Fennec and then ship for Mando? And then Mando just
Fennec
is driving one and the other's following him?
Well,
Fennec died.
Fennec's dead.
Okay.
And the other guy got shot.
No, okay, well, we saw in Book of
Mando.
Boba Fett, that you can ride on a speeder and have the other ones follow you without anyone on them.
But why would there be a second ship? What was the second ship? There is no second.
One is Mando's. The second one is Fennec's.
But who's driving Fennec's?
No one.
Well, why would they take Fennec's ship?
Mando.
Why would they have Fennec's ship?
We're talking about speeders, right?
No. We're talking about ships. Ships that goes out into space. Ships taking off from the planet.
Okay, I don't know. I don't.
There's two ships that leave.
I don't know.
Tatooine. Right?
Yeah, I'm watching the scene.
And they show it. And they show it because it means something. Right? Why would they? Because the first ship, you're like, oh, okay, that's Mando leaving the planet. Okay.
Yeah, but
when
did Mando leave at night, or did he leave like?
Yes, they both left at night.
Yeah, I'm looking at the when he killed that guy that was trying to steal Grogu.
Yep.
In season 1, it was during the nighttime.
Yep.
And then he gets on his ship, and then he leaves.
And that's the end of the episode. So now we're watching the episode here, where the first thing is he sees the first ship take off, which is Mando's ship. It's a bigger ship. And then the second light that leaves, it's a smaller ship, and it takes off in the exact same direction as the first ship. Who's in that second ship?
Are we going to be revealed to an assassin that's been following him since book 1?
I know I'm being somewhat of a nuisance, but what's the timestamp?
It is 4:48 for the second ship. If you go 10 seconds back, you see at 4:38, you see the first ship dissipate at 4:40. It cuts back to Boba Fett, and then a second smaller ship leaves the same planet and then follows the first ship.
Oh wow! Yeah, wait, what is that? I think we're gonna have another assassin that's just been trying to watch and observe Mando.
I don't know. It's weird, right? Anyway, the reason they show it is because it has some significance to it.
It has to, unless it's like accidentally.
No, he's literally staring at it. They literally go behind his shoulder and watch him stare at the second light. So then he's like, oh, well, something left there. So then he flies towards that direction. And then that's when he finds Fennec.
Come on, Logan.
By the way, quick question. So why did Boba Fett not just try to be like, oh, like what was his train of thought there?
For what?
No. Like, if he didn't find Fennec, what was he going over there for exactly?
He was going there because he saw the ships take off in that direction.
So, Fennec's in the completely opposite direction where the ships...
No, it's still in the same direction, but it's farther away. Like,
yeah, it's to the left-hand side.
Fennec, well, no. Like, if it's point A is the starship, point B is where Fennec is, and point C where Boba Fett is. So... from where the ships were, from where Fennec is and where he is, she's in between Boba and the city, right? where the starport was.
I guess I don't know where she was. Like, I guess he's that far out.
Yeah, but then he's in a rush, and he gets on the Bantha, and the Bantha's walking like 2 miles an hour.
I love how he didn't try to just collect a bounty. I was like, this girl is dead. Thank you.
So he's eating the meat.
Yeah, so she's there, and then obviously, I wonder if they filmed this the same time they filmed
episode 3,
or season 1.
Well, if they did that, then there won't only be one light thing, wouldn't there? If there was.
Well, no, they never show you. They never show that scene. You're seeing from a different perspective. You're seeing from a different perspective of Boba, not from Mando. In this scene, you're just watching him find her. I wonder if they just filmed this scene where he walks up, because this scene right here is the match. I wouldn't be here. This scene right here that I'm showing.
Okay.
This is probably footage from season 1, right? This is the boots that walk up to her when she's dead, right?
Wait, it's only one ship.
No, there's 2 ships.
Yeah. So
listen, can I explain?
Yeah, I'm not interrupting you. I just said there's 2 ships.
What I think happened is Mando went into space, and then that's the one line, and then the other line is him going into hyperspace.
Nope, two different ships at 2
orbit.
different. No, you can look at it, man. Look at it. It's 2 different ships.
Let me see. I'm looking at it. Oh, correct. Like, if it is that's bad. So you see Boba looking at the first ship, and then it completely disappears.
It completely disappears.
Sight.
Yeah.
And we cut away to looking
back to him.
His face.
Yeah, back to him.
Again,
and then he looks back behind over the shoulder, and it's a second ship.
Yeah, and it's even coming from the ground.
Right, it's coming from farther over.
Who could want to team up with him? I guess that's a theory for another day. We're gonna because it's weird.
Are you talking about the flare gun Mando used against Fennec? Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's a flare gun and then the ship. Is that what it is?
Flare gun. What are you talking about?
That's what it is, Gritter.
Yup.
That's what it is. So it is one ship. The first thing is the flare gun. Yes. Okay.
I don't remember that, honestly. Wait a second.
It's not a ship. It's a flare gun.
Yep,
that's what it is.
Gritter's a
Gritter, thank you. Thank you. I was like, why is there 2 ships?
Wait. So he shot one up, and then he got up, and then he...
I would have to watch the scene from Mando 1.
Well, I'm gonna go to Mando 1 real fast and look at it. What episode is that? That's
I think it's episode 3 or 4. Let me see. Star Wars.
I think it's 3.
The child, the sin. No, it's what the fuck? The Gunslinger. I think it's the Gunslinger, episode 5, isn't it?
Isn't the Gunslinger the sheriff episode?
Track down a valuable content thieving bandits.
I might be. I'm just.
So deal at the end. Mandalorian teams up with ex-soldier to protect farming. No, that's the farming village. Gunslinger, desert planet. The Mandalorian helps a rookie bounty hunter. That's it. Okay, so episode 5.
It could be episode 5.
Yep, it's episode 5. And okay.
I'm skipping to the
Yeah,
end.
that's right. Yeah.
Kills him. Where's the flares that they shoot?
He doesn't use a flare gun.
Where does he shoot the flares?
He doesn't shoot the flares in the second when he's leaving. Did they make an error?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Did the
what timestamp?
I'm looking at 29.
Did the rookie bounty hunter, when he shot her, didn't really want to kill her and then use the flare there? No, because the sun's still up there. He drives off. He shows up on a. There's no flare. What is the flares? All right, Gritter, come on in, buddy. Where's the flares, bud? I don't see the flares.
Okay. No, the flare. Can you hear? Can y'all
Yeah,
hear me?
I can hear you.
The flares was when him and this is soon after. Oh, let me turn my volume off on the TV so I don't hear the double.
Yeah. It's near closer to 20.
Yeah, it's going to be the one where they just met the Tuscan Raiders.
Ah,
And
okay,
then
there it is.
They fly and then they suddenly learn that Fennec is shooting at them. So Mando comes up with the idea to use the flares to blind it. So he does the flares twice.
Yes.
It's like that scene from
Yes,
the very
yes,
first trailer.
So she hasn't been dead for like hours. It's only been minutes.
Yeah. So remember after they capture her soon afterwards, and then Mando leaves, but he leaves her with the crazy dude, and Boba's probably already on his way. So she should have been wounded that long just from the flares.
Yeah, there's the one flare he shoots, blinds him, right? Okay. Then they shoots the second flare. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. Right. So there's the second flare.
I knew that's what that was. I was like, when is he going to start crossing paths with Mando? Because it looks like he's already, like, they showed the mechanic lady.
There's two.
That one episode. So yeah.
Where's the second one?
It happens at like 1925 or whatever, and then Mando gets shot in the chest.
No, I'm talking about from the space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So there's two flares. Okay. So he sees. Now we're back to this episode. Okay. So then he sees the first flare go up. That's the point where they're riding the first speeder bikes down, going towards Fennec while she's shooting. And then the second flare goes up just shortly after that, and then he moves. It takes him a good hour to get to them because the bantha is super fucking slow. Okay.
Yeah.
At that time,
no, she'd be dead.
Mando leaves. Okay, it's literally the next day because if you watch the scene, the flares happen. The sun comes up. Okay. It takes a long time. The sun's literally rising. He shoots her dead during the sun up. The sun is up when he shoots her. Okay. And then Mando's off doing something else right now. Okay, I forget what he's doing. And then when he comes back, it's like midday, he sees her dead, and then goes back to the starport, leaves her there dead. Like, leaves her just...
And it's nighttime.
Right? By the time he gets back to town, it's nighttime again. So it took him almost a day, okay, a complete day on the bantha to ride towards that flare.
Yeah.
Which she still be dead for.
Right. So she's been there for at least 24 hours. Yes.
Where's the timestamp for Mando using two flares? I mean, them using two flares. Because
between 19 and like 21.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
19 and 21.
He used the first one. He used the first one at 19.
19. Okay.
He used the first one. He used the first one at 18. Let's see, 18. Shoots a flare at 1844. That's the first one. And then he shoots the second one at 1925, I think it is. Yeah, 1927.
Rewatching Mando season 1, I personal opinion.
So much better than Boba.
Looks better.
Looks better. Much better.
The filming style, I think, is better.
Mando is what people wanted from Boba Fett.
Exactly. Exactly.
Before they decided, okay, let's just give him Boba. Yeah. Just give him Boba. Yeah.
Yeah. They wanted
even more brutal.
They made a mistake, right? Instead of making a Boba Fett show, they made the Mandalorian show. And then we were remember when it first came out, we're like, oh man, I really wish it was Boba, right? And then we were like, wow, this is really good. So we like Mando, and now they bring Boba, and Boba's not Boba. Mando's a better Boba than Boba.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what would help Boba, the show, out better is having him be in season 3, give us a little breadcrumbs of his backstory, like the 5 years, then do the Book of Boba.
You literally could have done one episode of Boba. You don't need back to tank. You don't need him healing. You don't need all this story that's going on. You could have had a campfire. You could have had a campfire of Boba telling the story of what happened after he put in the Sarlacc pit to when he met Mando in a quick One
That could
episode.
have been one episode.
One
yeah.
episode. It could have
Yeah.
been this whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
didn't need all that Tuskens. I still don't care for them.
Right?
Man.
I got out of the Sarlacc pit and I lived with the
I live
Tusken
with the
Raiders.
guys who
Right.
Killed and
Right.
pillaged.
Learn to pillage the land and whatever. Right?
Killed people. Like, oh, great. I'm living with a bunch of killers. Awesome. I hope I don't
And
kill anyone.
And I stopped people from stealing the spice. The spice must flow. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
So
Here-
this leads me to my other question. Based off of like the flashbacks plot and like the present day plot, I personally think that the flashback plot's a little better than the present.
Oh
day.
man.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, they are.
I agree.
I
I
don't
have
care for
no.
either, honestly.
I'm not sold on him being the Daimo for taking over Jabba's palace. Right.
What a funny man.
I still don't think he's gonna get the keep the job. I think
Oh.
it's going to Fennec.
Oh, me too. 100%. He's not going to take it.
Yeah.
He's going to realize that he's not cut out for this shit, and he's going to give it to Fennec.
You gonna realize he's Murtaugh, right?
I'm too old for this shit.
I honestly hope he just joins up with Mando.
Yeah.
I honestly hope he just joins up with Mando, and that's where he goes. Just on Mando as a side character.
Yeah.
He's better there.
He's like,
He's not
like,
a good
fuck,
main.
he's like, fuck this show. I'm going to the next one.
Yeah. Real quick,
Oh.
Brainchild says the final episode, this Boba gets killed off-screen rocket, and you hear a whoosh. Some extra on the ground says, "What is that?" And another extra says, "That's Boba Fett."
Oh my God, don't you
Boba
know
doesn't
that's
talk
Boba
this much.
Fett?
He was a clone the whole time. Yeah, right, Brain? Clone the entire time.
Wait, but does he have memory loss with the armor?
He must.
What?
With the armor?
Yeah.
Did he forget?
Yeah, he crawled out of the Sarlacc pit.
With
Yeah,
the
he crawled
armor.
out of the Sarlacc pit, but he was like badly injured.
Yeah, but
He's like, my armor's still in the Sarlacc pit. I got out of the Sarlacc pit. With
my stream just ended.
That's crazy. It's like, dude, how do you your armor wouldn't just fall off you and no.
Give me 1 second.
know
I gotta
why.
blow my nose. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
I'll ask.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Krebs.
I was going to ask a question about the breakdown.
Now I was gonna ask, it just I didn't get that from that's one of the things from the episode I really didn't get. Like, why did he think his armor was still in that pit? That didn't make
And-
any sense.
and
None.
It didn't make sense because it's like,
The-
if you got out of the pit with no injuries, do you really think your armor
I
is
don't
still in the
thi-
pit?
I don't think he came out with no injuries. I think like the fumes and all that probably like
Yeah.
irritated his
Dehydration,
skin and-
dehydration,
stuff
hungry,
Like,
yeah.
stuff along that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
No
I'll,
long-term
I'll
issues.
I'll agree with that. We don't know how long he was in there for, but I'll agree with that. Like exhaustion stuff, but him forgetting that he lost his armor there. Like he knew he got out with the armor because that's what saved him, right?
Yeah.
So then he's like, oh well, maybe he thought it like fell back in.
Maybe, or maybe he thinks that it's a dream since the lizard thing. I don't know.
Well, here's one thing for a timeline. We can definitely say he came out the pit sometime after all the events in Return of the Jedi, after he got kicked in there, and all kind of
Well,
stuff.
yeah,
After
Oh.
Death Star blew up.
You can't come-
Vader threw the Emperor down a pipe. But
Yeah,
the Emperor wasn't
yeah.
really dead, and yeah.
Death Star blew up. Yeah, he didn't know any of that. Oh, that's another thing. He doesn't even ask. The only thing he looks at is the stormtroopers that are mounted on the sticks when he goes into the town. He doesn't ask or wonder like
After the Empire.
the Empire. Yeah,
It's like, I guess the Empire
No-
lost because
no-
that's how 5 stormtroopers had.
no one brought up anything to him like, oh yeah, like the
war's
Empire
over, man.
the Empire's gone. Yeah.
Well, that war was over. But no.
But no, the question I was going to ask about the breakdown is, what did you not like about the Slave One retrieval scene? Minus the whole pigs and that stuff.
One, I didn't like that when he got into the ship, it was like he was like lost.
Yeah, I didn't like he didn't know how to. It almost
That I
seemed like
could
he was
see.
struggling how to fly. Like
Yeah.
he was commandeering a vehicle that was not his own. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, exactly. It felt like he was stealing someone else's ship, not his own. Right? It
okay,
felt like
yeah,
an
yeah.
awkward thing, and it was just weird the way he was doing it. Right? And then when he was flying, like he got in, okay, and the guns were literally facing the door. Okay, they were like on an angle, but towards the door, and then he turned it left away from the door. But when he got onto the ship, it's like he lost his way. Now I totally understand because the ship flies vertically, not horizontal. Or I'm sorry, yeah, vertically, right? So it was horizontal. So he was literally looking up at the ceiling at that time.
Ceiling, yeah.
Okay, even though in the original the seat fucking moves, right? So it doesn't matter if it's laying flat or not. The seat,
Yeah, it's like a gyro.
right? So, which if you remember, didn't they show that in Mando when they got into his ship?
Yes, he did. He turned around.
Okay.
He didn't get up. He
Yet
literally did
in
like a whole
this
60.
ship, in this scene, the cockpit doesn't do that. It looks like a stagnant one, like it is in Mando's ship. Okay, so it's like he got into the ship and he was like lost, like he has memory loss. And I'll even give him that. Maybe it's like riding a bike. It's been, I don't know, 5 years. He hasn't seen it in a while, but it just looked weird to me. Like he didn't know how to operate it. He didn't know how to run. First of all, would it get that dust? Would it get that rusty in a non-humid area? It's a fucking desert, and it's inside without the sun blaring on it. It's been stuck in there for years.
No one sold it? I'm shocked about that. No one tried to sell it for parts. They wasn't using it. This is it was like an antique.
Real quick, Brain says, this is why I said this is a clone. He has memories, but not the soul of Boba. Hell, they could have actually make Mando the Boba. And also, we knew the old Star Wars, he just takes his name. Oh, do like a Rey Skywalker, where Mando just is like, I'm Boba Fett? Maybe. That could be.
That would make more sense.
He's not really Boba. He identifies as Boba.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he keeps saying, I'm Boba Fett, I'm Boba Fett.
How is it not Boba if he came out of a Sarlacc pit?
He thinks he came out of the Sarlacc pit.
Right. Maybe that's a modification because he told
He's like
Fennec
Starkiller.
that he only does the works on his ship when she offers to help fix it. Well, that would be a thing, Brandon. But the scene where they're taking the ship is shortly before they meet Mando. So how much time did he have to work on it?
We'll never figure that out unless someone that's writing it flat out comes out and says, "Well, it's been a few months."
I gotta look. Like they all sit inside his cockpit as it turns around him, right? That happens in Mando season 2.
Yes, he's talking to Bo-Katan, Mando, and the other Mandalorian, I believe. And they're coming up with a plan, and he turns around.
Yeah.
And he's like, "So what's the plan?" He doesn't get up and then just go into the back. He just turns his chair. Even I think the person beside him does it. They all turn. And they're like, "Okay, here's the plan."
Is that episode 7?
Probably. Let me see. I think it's the final episode of Mandalorian.
Chapter 8. Okay, let me go. I just gotta check this out real fast.
I thought it was the same episode that they
In
did
the bar.
the oil factory.
They're in this.
I love how they got the actor from Agents of
No,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
it's gotta be 7.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, Fennec is from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah.
Yeah.
No. It was one of the Imperial guys.
Might be a
He's the
longer
last season.
timeline. I mean, it could. Anything's possible, but they don't really tell you. Oh, why did it do that? That's not what I wanted. I went to season 2.
I would love for the female armorer to return. Thought she was a badass.
Female armor. Oh, from the new trilogy?
No, the female armorer from the first season of
Oh,
Mando.
armor. I thought you said armor. I thought you meant a specific thing.
Oh no,
But yeah, she didn't die, right?
No, she didn't. She was a.
We didn't see her die.
Yeah, she was like the only one left or something. It's like she came across as a badass. I was like, whoa, okay. I would love to see her cross paths. Now that's what I would love to put her foot up, Boba, like, man up, damn it, man up.
I can't find it. It's not 7. Maybe it's 6.
She referred him as a great hunter. She's like, you're the great hunter.
Oh yeah,
You
it's
got to
6.
man up. You're supposed to show the way.
I may have gotten that wrong, by the way.
Could
I
you
looked at
see? could you see that character showing up in Book of Boba and giving Boba the whistling birds?
I
I
can
don't
see
think he's. I don't think he's worthy of them. But
he ain't worthy of nothing right now.
He's not even worthy of the armor he got.
His
got
armor
a stick.
is Beskar, so
Yeah, but I feel like anyone gets to take that thing, unless it's plot contrived to where he can beat someone finally. Oh man, I can't beat this rookie.
yeah, but that would mean that it would give him cheat codes. The whistling birds are cheat codes.
Now wait a minute. Did y'all talk about how it's funny how Chrysanthemum ripped the other person's
Yeah,
arm
yeah,
off,
that's
but
just-
he couldn't rip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
It just proves how powerful the robe is.
Yeah, he
Bath water.
see how easy he ripped off the arm, and I said it last week. I was like, come on, man.
Why doesn't he just? You know what he could have done? He could have held him with his. He could have literally wrapped his whole arm around and then just punched his neck as hard as he could, and then his whole head is just gone. Just went flying. It's a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Also,
He's
Disney.
I just looked at the when Boba was fighting in the Slave One, and I will always call it Slave One. I don't even know if it's the same fucking cockpit that he's in. Like it's just weird looking.
Wait, what episode?
No, it is the
Maybe
same.
it's a different
it's
ship.
episode 7, chapter 15,
It's a
29,
different ship that
28,
looks the same.
29, 28. You can see inside his vehicle.
Imagine they call it Iron Man armor and then they call it something completely different.
Even the vehicle, like it looks like he gave it a paint job and stuff.
Are you still trying to look for like the gyroscope scene?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for the gyroscope scene. I can't find it.
Isn't that in the episode that they storm like the base and have a shootout and then escape off the rooftop?
Is that the one with the Bill Burr?
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Because
I don't see it in this.
Gina
Boy, I think
Carano's
that's
in it,
funny.
and so.
Oh,
is,
there it is. There it is. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, they're
I found
inside.
it.
They're inside like the belly of the ship.
Let me see. So
Yeah.
where's Boba?
Yeah. It's not the cockpit. It's the actual. The ship
Yeah, that's
itself
the
is
ship.
rotating around him.
That's weird. Eh.
Yeah, but he's
And I
actually
remember-
sitting. He's actually sitting at the. That's weird.
I
Why
remember.
was some chairs rotating?
I remember thinking when Mando was airing, I was like, those seats are designed in such a way that it's like, depending on the orientation of the ship, he can either be sitting horizontal or vertical.
Yeah, in Slave One, it's like that.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if Boba. But does Boba say anything in this? No, he's up in the top
Which-
part. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe that's not Slave One in Book of Boba. Maybe that's a different model.
It is
Slave
actually a
One-
different model. It's
It's fire dragon.
it's fire
breathing
it's
from-
fire spray, whatever it's called.
Oh, okay, I'm not
I know. Go ahead.
being for real. Like,
No, that's his ship though. That's the same ship.
is it? I don't know.
They're gonna
It's-
say it's not the same.
Could be the
one now.
same model ship.
No,
but-
it's literally. It's literally the same ship.
Then why does the one in Mando look better and have different features?
I don't know. He
Because they didn't get
he
the
gave it a
same
good
writer,
elbow
or
greasing.
completely forgot?
Good elbow greasing. That's
Yep, that's what it is. He paid some Jawas and they gave it to some Bath. Brent says maybe that's modification because he told Finn I already got that one. Okay. Brain says he also is tripping balls. Maybe he just got a cave from his last trip. Thought he was in the Sarlacc pit. Maybe.
Can I just?
Go ahead.
That seismic charge scene with the Sarlacc was dumb.
Yeah. Why wouldn't she just say, "Hey, you have a bomb, something"? Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
let's
even
just
that.
shoot it.
I'm mainly
It's
pointing-
Beskar.
I'm mainly pointing out the fact that the seismic charge would literally blow up the ship.
Well, no, because that particular charge blows. It's not a ball. It's like a disc.
Yeah.
But you have no idea which way it's, because in space when he releases it, it stays in that one spot. She hit it and it like rolled off and then rolled down, and then you don't know what direction it's fucking gonna blow up. So it could have exploded like vertically and just took out like the ship and yeah, you know what I mean? I know, but splitting hairs there, I guess. It might be longer time, and timeline is confusing. I say that to say, like you said, when the show says something, they say it for a reason. So maybe there's them trying to fill in the same plot hole that's puzzling you. Maybe.
I'm thinking they just forgot.
Well, they could just forget, right? And then they look at the fans and say, "You guys are nitpicking," but some of the stuff is big, man.
I remember someone said, "Timeline doesn't matter. Watch the show." I was like, "That's hilarious."
I know how.
Don't
I
say
think I think he took the ship to the cyberpunk people and they retrofitted it out like it was the cyberpunk 2077. That's why it's all better and new in Mando.
And he cheaped them out again by paying him $5.
Rockstar says that the fire spray is the name of the type of ship, like the X-Wing. I got you. So the ship that he flies is the fire spray.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Fire spray, hidden dragon.
I don't have a lot of questions.
Tiger uppercut.
But the dinner scene with like all the commanders.
I thought that was hilarious.
Did
He should have just murdered somebody.
yes, but
He
did
should
they?
have. He
Did
should
they
have.
alliance with Boba, or are
No.
they still enemies?
No. So they're they're still every man for themselves, and the only reason he brought him there was so he could tell him that he was going to do everything to himself, and that they're going to prosper because of his doing, right?
But
So remember me when I take out the Pikes, that you guys will have the exact same stuff that you have now.
I mean, so what? I'm still going to work with you.
I would literally I literally would have killed the guy at the end of the table when he said we could just kill you. He's like, yes, you could, but then he just pulls his gun out.
You know what?
I would rather the flamethrower blowtorch him and then say enough said.
I actually thought of the pencil scene from The Dark Knight with the Joker when he started badmouth. I was like, please do it. But like, no, they won't, because it's Disney. It's
I
Disney.
like that scene. That scene's really good.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Boba's too nice in this, man.
It's gone.
Yeah,
No,
he's too
Buddy,
nice.
you said it a few weeks ago. You can't have a main character in these shows be dark for a second.
Because Disney, the mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey guys. So
Sure you
we
can.
need
Have you
this
seen the
one.
trailer for Moon Knight?
I mean, he just beat a guy up.
Well,
He-
it was
we
an
never
alien.
saw-
It's an alien or something. You can see like
Oh
weird.
yeah, it's an
weird...
alien with a moral code that's going to turn out to be Venom.
No, it
Some
is. It is an alien
like
in
Venom.
Moon Knight. When you see him punching it, it's like some sort of creature. It's not a guy.
Oh, that's even better. Because Moon Knight will typically just deliver justice to humans, but no, we can't have him hurt humans. Evil creatures, though, easy.
R.I.P. that actor.
Oh, yeah, but we're not talking about Moon Knight. We're talking about Boba Fett.
Oh, but yeah, Boba essentially said, "Please work with me." They said, "Why?" It's like,
why?
stay neutral to me. It's like, all right then. I guess.
They asked why. It's like, because we're on Disney Plus and I can't kill you.
Yeah, like, why would I work with you though? You're not providing a good argument for this. Like, there's 8 of us. We could do more damage to you than the Pikes can.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse is more dangerous than you.
Quest says he was OP in the Battlefront game, so they had to nerf him in somewhere. Exactly. Yeah.
I love how that works. You have to nerf him. It's like you have to. It's like,
Did you notice though that everything's that's happened so far with Boba and Fennec always saves him, fights for him, he's the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy, yet she's also a bounty hunter, and yet she's outdoing him on every aspect.
she's doing better.
I honestly could see her double crossing him.
Oh,
now.
sure.
It wouldn't be difficult.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it wouldn't be
think that-
difficult.
I think there's no coincidence that she's in Bad Batch and Boba Fett. I'm just saying, like.
Now, Bad Batch takes place like 20 years prior to this, doesn't it?
It takes place like less than 3 months after the end of Clone Wars.
Right. Okay. And then Return of the Jedi. So right. So it's 18 years after Clone Wars, and then 5 plus 5. Right.
How old is she?
In real life, she's
The actor?
57. She's
No,
57.
no. I'm talking about the character. She survived. She was already like a full-grown woman.
Well, if she was 20, or let's say 25, then you just add another 20 years on top of it. She's in her mid 40s now.
Around the same age as Boba.
Yeah. Boba Fett's supposed to be mid 40s in this.
Boba looks like he's 80.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Looks like he's 80,
Yeah. Boba's supposed to be like 40 something in this.
and here he's just like, please help me.
Because Clone Wars Episode 3 is what, 18 years before New Hope, because Luke is 18 in New Hope when Obi-Wan finds him, right? Or he finds Obi-Wan. And Return of the Jedi takes place 5 years, I think 5 years? Return of the Jedi takes place 5 years after New Hope?
I'll look it up.
And this takes place 5 years after that. So you're talking 28 years from when Fennec was in Bad Batch to now.
So 3 years passing between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back.
Right. And then another year or two from Empire to Return of the Jedi.
4 years? What the?
Yeah.
I think this thing is...
No, that's right. So it's 4 years.
Oh.
It's 4 years from New Hope to Return of the end of Return of the Jedi, and then it's additional 5 years after that.
So 4, 5.
So it's 9 plus 18. So you're talking 27 years. Yeah, 27 years on top. So if Fennec was in her 20s,
50.
I didn't see her in Bad Batch. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know if she looks like she's younger or if she looks like she's a full grown, but she should be in her like mid 40s, early 50s. And that's where Boba's supposed to be.
I think...
Which wouldn't make sense if you think about it, because if she's older in Bad Batch, when Boba's in the Clone Wars, he's like 10 or 12.
Yeah, wait.
So
She's already the legendary Fennec, I think.
technically,
Wow.
she's older than Boba Fett.
Yeah, I love it. I love how they mess up. I love it. Yes.
Just be the actor. I mean,
Well, no, you could have hired someone that you could have dyed her hair. You could have done anything.
So, like I said, I haven't seen it, so I don't know how old. Fennec
Let me
is.
see if they have it up in there.
but what I was getting at to this is obviously the character is on Disney's mind, and they're putting them in Bad Batch and Boba Fett. I think she might be getting her own show.
Oh, like a spinoff?
Yup, and have her be on the throne.
Oh God, that just happened. If that happens, Krebsy, we are literally seeing the Legend of the Ten Rings in Star Wars.
Oh. Wait, could you repeat that?
We're seeing Legend of the Ten Rings
Yep.
in Star Wars.
Yeah, actually.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
If she sits on the throne and becomes the head of an organization, then that's exactly what Shang-Chi's sister's doing with the Ten Rings in Marvel.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love every moment of it. Yes.
Or no, since Mando season 3 is coming out, Fennec's going to be on the throne, and Fennec's going to help Mando during Mando season 3.
Why would
That's
she
how it's going
help
to be.
him?
Because Boba's friends with him.
But she's
I
gonna
mean,
betray.
she betrays him.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Boba
She may-
forgave.
Maybe-
people
maybe she
he
wants-
killed.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
she
forgive
wants
the guy who
payback.
fucked.
Okay, so
Maybe she wants payback against Mando.
supposedly
Yeah.
Fennec is
Yeah, I
16 years old in the
Bad
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 Batch.
Batch.
She's
Oh
16.
wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How old
And
is
Bad
Boba?
Batch, the
Is
first
Boba-
season, Boba Fett is 13 years old. So when Boba reappears in Mandalorian in year 9 ABY, making Boba Fett 41 years old.
Yeah,
And that would make
then
her
she'd be
44.
44.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
So she's 3 years older.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what she looked like or what's happening. But yeah, so she's 16 years old in the Bad Batch. Boba Fett's 13, which would make sense because in the beginning of the Clone Wars, he was 10. And then it took 3 years or 2 years, whatever. So
Well,
I could have sworn they said she was. Okay. Well, I thought they used the same phrase that they did in Mandalorian season 1 for her. In Bad Batch, I guess not.
This
I'm
might
gonna
make
go
you
back and watch
sad,
that.
or I'm just dumb. But what are the 3 character or the 3 factions that the Hutts talked about? We know 2.
No, they did say 3. I rewatched the episode. They do
Yeah,
say 3, but there's there's another group that wants the territory, which is the 4th group, which would still be the syndicate.
Who are the 3 factions?
I would have to look up the episode that they say it.
They probably said it. Let me see.
They do.
Boba
They do say it.
Factions.
There's one in the
Because
one in the water district, one in the machine district, and
what I was
say.
getting at is they seem to be making it a point that the biker gang is prominent in the show, and I think that the biker gang might upset people and be the 4th one.
That'd be the worst decision they ever do.
No. I think the biker gang is literally the way Fennec said it, 100%. And this is from the writing and the way they put it out in front of us. When he says that the biker gang killed the Raiders, and she specifically says they wouldn't dare, they're not even a threat. They're just a simple biker gang, right? They're not even
look weak.
No.
Not
Not make them look weak. They're literally not even in part of the equation. They're being set up to make it look like they're the bad guys, and he literally slaughters them like Anakin slaughters the Tusken Raiders. Okay, he literally just slaughters them and they didn't even do anything wrong, right?
Like the younglings, right?
Right. He just assumes because he saw them burn the water farmers down and tag their logo on the building. And then he saw them in Tashi Station where they were being rowdy and stuff. That, yes, he went back to the tent and they saw the things, but they're not the ones doing it. They're being set up.
You know what could be cold? You know what could be cold? What could be really cold is if Fennec was the one who really did it, when that was one of the jobs she took before she went after Mando.
Well, no, that wouldn't be possible because she was dead. And so...
Well, not yet, because remember, she hasn't been shot. Just before
That's
the flare.
true, but she also got high. Well, you could be right.
That proves just how useful, man.
Yeah, you could be right. Like, it was a job beforehand, but...
Why kill the Tusken?
Yeah, I don't think she would get hired to kill the Tuskens.
Why were the Tuskens so important?
They weren't important. They were important because of for his relationship with Boba, right?
No, I meant, like,
the reason they got killed, and it's super simple. They called him for a meeting to meet with the Pikes. Okay?
Yeah.
And when he showed up there was a setup. So the Pikes went to go kill the Tusken Raiders because the Tusken Raiders shot their train down and they brought him out to talk to him. So the Pikes went out and killed him, and then they set the other biker gang up. It was a ploy up at the beginning, right? Because he says that we're already paying stuff to this biker gang, right? And he says, all right, well then I'll take care of it. And then, all right, well we'll fine. He's setting him on a goose chase because by the time he goes back to the Tusken Raiders, the Pikes have already killed the Tusken Raiders. They're setting up the biker gang, and now he has a vendetta against the biker gang, right? The Pikes are forcing different factions to fight. It has nothing to do. The biker gang is just a biker gang. They're just a bunch of like, so when they're nothing. So when he just slaughtered the whole gang of them, I was like, oh my God, man. I was like, they didn't even do anything. They didn't do anything.
At least he killed someone. At least Disney allowed him to kill someone, man.
and then you see the look that Fennec gives him because she's like, dude,
why?
This dude's cold blooded. He just murdered a whole tribe of bikers, and they didn't even do anything.
And then she looks at she looks at current day and was like, "What happened?
Yeah,
what happened to you?"
Yeah, and said the desert got you soft or whatever, right?
We need to bring out the doll.
I just gotta say, I was glad that they got rid of him. I was like, okay, I guess he killed someone. And I was like, thank God the bikers helped.
He actually didn't kill him. The gun got jammed, and Fennec was pushing the button. Yeah, Fennec was pushing the button.
Well, I was just happy that they
The
got rid
man
of the
couldn't
Tuskens.
even get credit
Man.
for his own kill.
I was so happy that they killed the Tuskens. I was like, I don't care about them.
You know what? 30.
Yeah.
It's like at the end of like a video game match, like a raid, and you see who did the most damage. He
Yeah,
did like
yeah.
0.
Yeah.
Fennec did 1,000,000.
Fennec did 1,000,000. He
wasted
had to get
all
on the
his
board.
ammo.
He just had to get on the board.
I was so happy that they got rid of the Tuskens. I was just clapping. I was like,
Well,
thank God.
There's still okay.
I hope they die.
So
I hope all of them.
here's my scenario. Okay, the girl Tusken Raider who survived,
Is in the biker gang.
is going to she's going to see Boba. Okay, she's going to either come in next episode, or episode. I'm going to say, you know what? Next episode, you're going to see the Tusken Raider come in. Okay, and she will notify him that it wasn't the biker gang, it was the Pikes that slaughtered the village.
Okay.
What was the,
I can see that.
That's such a weird thing. They've been doing that a lot. They introduce the Wookiee, they have the Wookiee taken down. They introduce the Huts completely leave. Why are they doing that?
Oh, because Stanton's going to double cross Fett in some way, shape, or form.
No, I'm talking about like why introduce these characters? I mean, if he betrays them, he's just going to take another L, so it doesn't even matter.
We already know that the Rancor is going to eat him.
Yes, the Rancor is going to eat somebody. It
The
might be.
No, the Wookiee.
Yeah, no, the Rancor is going to eat the Wookiee. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
hope the
agree.
Wookiee
I agree.
eats the
The
Rancor.
Rancor is
Just
going to eat Stanton. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what you're saying, right? The Rancor is going to eat.
I thought that you interpreted like the Rancor would kill anyone. But
No, I'm saying the Rancor will eat Stanton. That's
yeah,
what.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
By the way, did Machete just leave?
He was
Yeah,
just
he
he was just the trainer. He's probably downstairs having a latte in
He
the
just left.
palace.
I guarantee he just left. He's not even in the show anymore.
That makes his
that
look-
tomahawk steak wasn't for the Rancor; it was for him.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Gritter?
No, I was about to say that makes that look to him that he gave the Rancor he'll be back even more like what? No, you're not supposed to be all friendly and cuddly. No, you're Machete. Stop.
I'm telling you, that doesn't mean the Rancor's not going to double cross Boba Fett.
I don't think.
No,
So.
it's
Just
just
watched
gonna
it. The
die.
correct quote. You look like Freddy Krueger. Topographical map of Utah. Yeah.
So what can kill the Rancor?
Anything.
Luke
So,
Skywalker.
like,
A bigger
So-
Rancor.
so someone could just shoot the Rancor, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's shielded, I think, up front or whatever. Like he's got tough skin. But
like,
yeah.
consistent fire will kill it.
Sure.
I
Sure.
mean,
I mean,
don't know if,
or a large metal door that comes down on the
Yeah.
head. Yeah.
or
exactly
rocket,
using the
enough
Force.
rockets.
So after last episode 3, okay, I predicted the next episodes, 4 episodes, I should say, and I got most of episode 4 correct.
I hit it right on the money with like 4 things. 4 things. I said that Fennec would be found. They would do that scene with Fennec, right? So that's check 1. I said that his ship was parked at Jabba's palace. That's 2. I said the bacta tank is just
Yeah.
there to heal him and for dream sequences. That's 3. And then the 4th one, what the fuck was the 4th one?
I have a
Oh,
question.
Kirstanton would be working for him.
That scene could have happened last episode. They didn't need that scene could have just happened.
Which
last
ones?
episode.
Which ones did you predict, Krebsy?
Should
Hello?
I read the whole thing, or should you just go in there and read it?
Where is it?
Just-
Is it under the
It's
Boba
in
Fett?
Book of Boba, and it's above everything. It's a,
Episode 4. Okay, episode 4. Krebsy stated this was on the 15th. All right, so it's not he didn't watch the episode and then write this. All right, start with large flashback scene that takes up the majority of the episode, which correct. Okay, he tells us what Boba Fett did after finding the Raiders killed and their camp burned down. They will slowly build up Boba looking for Fennec, which happened in the distance. With the right before Boba saves Fennec. This will take about 30 to 35 minutes, which was about right. The rest of the episode will be Boba interrogating the mayor's assistant, which didn't happen. The assistant will reveal that the third party is predicted to be Crimson Dawn, which didn't happen. The episode will end with Fennec getting teased as a traitor, which
also didn't happen.
Which also didn't happen. Yeah, but here's the thing. Last week they did catch the fucking mayor's assistant, and we didn't see anything at all this episode.
Wait. They let him go. They let him go.
Where the fuck is the mayor's assistant?
I think they mentioned him like he's not.
They mentioned him, but
they didn't mention him.
They did.
They did.
No, Fennec did. Fennec did.
Oh wow.
What did she say?
She said something along the lines of, "We're getting information out of him," or something along the lines.
Wow, you know what? That would have been a cool scene to see. That'd have been cool.
Just seeing the two green pigs just holding him, pulling him apart.
And then Boba in there just punching him, saying, "I'm healthy, bitch. I'm back. I'm Boba Fett." And he's just punching him. As he's saying his name. Yeah. Do you know who I am?
No, damn it. It's like, I'm going to tell you anyway.
Do you know who I am? I don't know who I am.
It's spelled B-O-B. Yeah, he's punched him in the face. Yeah.
He just says it all.
It's the B to the O to the B.
Yeah.
Damn it.
E-E-F-A. Like, he just messes it all up.
Yeah.
He messes it all. He doesn't even know his name anymore.
Here, I'm gonna read Krebsy's episode 5. Okay, this episode begins with the continuation of Boba saving Fennec, which is wrong already. Okay,
Yeah.
they will do this with the drive and feeling that Boba saved Fennec and she just stabbed him in the back. Oh well, maybe that could still happen though, right? The Fennec will tell a story and attempt to clear her name, and the episode will end with the introduction of the Crimson Dawn. I'll take that last part. I think the Crimson Dawn will get shown in episode 5.
Really?
I'll take that.
I hope so. They need some type of development. Just don't have them be, oh look, the criminals here. Oh, that's decent, I guess.
And the only other thing I can say is if the Pikes are part of the Crimson Dawn, they're not just Pikes. They have backing from other source, right?
Yeah.
Because if the Pikes are the bad guys, they're just a generic baddie. There's
We've
not a
them in
face.
Clone Wars, there's nothing there for them.
Well, we saw him. We also saw him with the episode, the last season of Clone Wars with Ahsoka, right? Where
and they were like nothing. They couldn't even fight Ahsoka. Well,
yeah. Well, she's a badass. Yeah.
All right, 30. I'm calling it now. This is my prediction for season 2 of the Book of Boba Fett.
Season 2. Oh shit! This is an exclusive. Gritter's got an exclusive here.
Damn right. The very last 5 minutes, they're going to be pinned down. They're going to look out the window. They're going to see not an X-wing, but the Millennium Falcon
in season 2. Season 2.
Yes, and it's going to be deep faked Han Solo.
You think that's happening in season 2, not season 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I
wait, hold up now. Let me add a little to you. Right? Okay. She said, "How much money do we have in our reserves?" Okay, and we need to get an army. Han likes money.
We need to do a Kessler run.
Yeah, maybe Han comes back for the price to help Boba Fett, because he's the Daimo now. He's not the bounty hunter anymore. You know what I'm saying?
He's a coward now.
So I can just already hear it. I can already hear Boba telling Han, "No hard feelings. It's just business."
For my prediction, for my prediction,
and then
for
Han
episode,
shoots first.
Hold on, let Krebsy speak.
For my prediction for episode 7, I put the post-credit scene will be of Han Solo, Leia, looking at the kid version of Ben Solo walking with Luke and Grogu. This will introduce the Jedi Academy show.
Yeah, maybe that might be it.
I'll take that. Yeah,
that'll be the best part of the show so far.
Yeah,
that might be it.
And in the background, it's going to do the pan up to Brie Larson.
Oh man!
No, stop. Red hair.
What is she gonna be again?
Mara Jade.
Mara Jade.
Yeah.
Mara Jade.
Oh man.
That's not official, by the way, chat. This is just rumors.
I hope that she stops playing Captain Marvel.
And I'm telling you right now, if they make her Mara Jade, I said it last week, I'm done with Star Wars. I'm done with Star Wars.
What if they had a voice act Mara Jane?
What do you mean?
Like if they decided, hey, we're gonna make an animated show.
Or it's live action.
If Brie Larson is the voice of the character, I'm still out.
Oh,
I'm
He's
still
gonna
out.
do a bonfire of all his Star Wars books and toys.
No,
in the
no. I'll
backyard
keep
and-
all the stuff I have.
Ah!
I'll keep
Yeah,
all the stuff I have.
that's
I
all the
just
good
So
stuff.
remember the good
Yeah.
and stop with
yeah,
the bad.
I just won't. That Star Wars will just go in the vault with Ghostbusters 2016 and
I've never seen that.
Crystal Skull and all the other shit films.
Is that a
Rise
good
of
movie?
Skywalker.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
I thought that movie-
fall of Skywalker, as I call it.
Exactly.
The Fall
Yeah, the fall
and
of
the
Skywalker.
Rise.
It seems they're kind of tiptoeing around the question. Okay, the show ended with Mandalorian song. Is he showing up next episode?
Yes,
Is that so?
yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. We need someone that can save this.
I think
Yeah.
he's coming back, and then he has an army because he's got the saber.
Yeah.
Okay, that I don't think so. I think the saber's not going to be in this.
He has the
Well,
saber
he
though.
may not. He may not
He
like
has
show
it,
it, but he
but-
has it. You know.
I don't want to get into that conversation again about the
I think
saber. Oof.
I think they'll leave the saber in the ship. Okay, but I only say that. I only say this because they want to save that for season 3. He'll be in episode 5, and then it will end with him going back to Mandalore, and then once they get to Mandalore, it will tease like the Bad Batch is on Mandalore.
I feel that the saber will be in play because it has to be in play because that's the reason the Mandalorians will fight with him because he is the leader of the pack with that sword.
Yeah, but
That
with all the
means- that
Mandalorians,
means-
I have a question
that's
about
not
that.
really
That means-
a fight.
That means
that's OP.
Dynamo Boba Fett's supposed to pledge fealty to Mando. Mm.
Well, he's
No,
potentially
because
not a
Boba's
real. Yeah, he's not. He's
I
not.
know.
yeah.
I know.
I still have a big question about that, but it's not around that time.
The saber could be in the vault. I mean, sure. I mean, he can hold up a picture on his phone and say, "Look, I have the saber. It's in a safe spot. You got to follow me." No, I think
Here's my NFT picture of it.
Saber, is that?
Hey,
Do they
well,
now
sir,
rule?
he's gonna have his NFT picture of it with the barcode and
right,
everything.
right. The
Jesus
NFT. What
Christ.
was your question, Zang, about the what?
If they steal the saber, do they rule?
No, the law of the saber.
It's that you have to make an official duel, which never happened.
Correct. Well,
It never happened.
correct. But he has. You have to go play it for the death. He has the thing. She has to kill him. Hey, look. That's the story for season 3. Okay, for
Well,
Mando.
The
That's the
convoluted
season
stuff
3
that they
story.
wanted to do.
Yeah.
Shouldn't Gideon have the sword then?
Yes, technically he should.
Well-
Because it wasn't an official duel.
Well, no, because he stole
not
it from. No, because he stole it
he's
from
not
Bo
dead.
Katan.
Yeah, so if someone steals it,
Yeah.
oh, well,
no,
that's
he
even
wanted.
better.
No, he wanted in combat. He wanted in combat.
Yeah, but that means that you don't have to die in order to pass the sword on.
Yeah.
No, I think actually he got it from another person that had the sword before Bo Katan.
Mando fought Gideon.
No.
Who had the
No, that
dark
wasn't
saber.
an official fight. Gideon tried to stab him. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you." Oh,
a fight's
and
a
then he
fight.
had-
That's
Yeah, which isn't an official duel. So it's like, so technically,
I don't think it has to be official.
Obi-Wan
I don't think
fought
there.
him.
I don't think there's referees. I think it's just by
Obi-Wan
honor.
fought him.
No, but the honor of the sword of the Mando culture is they have to kill the person that has the sword to get it to be the rightful ruler of it. Right?
so then Gideon should have it. He's the ruler.
Yeah, Gideon should still have it.
Correct. But he's
If-
not. He's
he
not a
should be-
Mandalorian.
But Maul wasn't either.
Yeah, but he's still.
He challenged him, and then he just took the sword after killing him. Which is-
Correct, but Gideon is not a Mandalorian. The
Mandalore, and neither was
Mandalorian,
Maul.
yep, I understand that, but Maul just ruled with fear. He's a fucking Sith Lord.
Okay, so let's look at Gideon. Gideon just stole it.
Yeah, but he
And
has
then-
no powers. He has no powers. They didn't respect him for that.
Who did he beat for it?
I don't know. I would have to look it up.
If it was Sabine, then it should go right back to Sabine. They
No,
got
it
back.
wasn't Sabine. Sabine gave it over to somebody else. It was the cousin. I think the cousin. He's actually in Clone Wars. He was the ruler. Gideon killed him, and because he's dead, Bo-Katan's next in line to take the throne.
Oh, then she should just grab the blade and say, "Yeah."
She can't
Got
just
it
grab the
back.
blade. She has to earn the blade. If it
By the
wasn't
guy who
passed, if it
stole
wasn't passed down to her through the family chain line, and someone takes it, she has to win it in combat.
Okay, so Gideon's gonna have to fight Bo-Katan. in the
Well,
beginning.
Gideon's not dead. He's just
Yeah, so
captured.
now-
He's captured, Reese.
Now there's gonna have to do an official battle between her and Gideon.
So we'll see what happens
That's
with
gonna
that
be a one-sided fight.
when it comes out.
Beskar versus.
When what happens,
Well,
you die in old age. Right.
And you
Well,
don't give it to someone.
if it's die of old age,
one of
I
those go to your
believe
son, or
I
you let
believe
your
it's just
daughter-
passed down to you,
Yeah.
right? But if you want anyone in the Mandalorian of society could say, you know what, I don't like the way you're ruling. I want to lead. All right, well then you have to fight me, and if you win, then you get the sword. That's what it is.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna do a rule again.
You know,
It's like,
Boba tries to fake be a Mandalorian, gets
No,
the
he
black
shouldn't even
saber,
get it.
and
Ugh.
rides on the Rancor with the black saber in hand.
that was my least favorite part of that whole
Right.
episode. It's like,
Well,
oh, I'm the leader. It's like, no.
you know
No.
how Mando's ship's blown up?
No, see,
Yeah.
you guys are confusing. You guys are confusing something. Mando doesn't want the black saber. He didn't want it. He was trying to get the saber back and hand it to Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan
Yeah.
can't have it because she has to fight Gideon to the death.
Correct.
It's pretty simple. Mando doesn't have it. He's not the rightful owner, but she can't take it from Mando, right? So she has to fight. Has to say to Mando, "We're fighting to the death." Okay, and that he's like, "I don't want to fight." Right, but she
What
can't
if
take
someone
it because
kills
if she
Gideon
takes
back?
if she takes it from him, the people won't respect her because she didn't earn it.
But like, what happens if like one of the Deathstroke? What happens if someone kills Gideon?
Deathstroke's
someone's
in
like,
DC.
oh.
Look,
No. Someone just
I'm
killed.
sorry.
look, if Gideon died by a plane crash, okay, or a ship crash, and someone came over and found the black saber and they picked it up and got it, they have the black saber. They would be the leader of the pack, okay?
Oh, then that's perfect.
But that's not a Mandalorian, so the people of Mandor wouldn't give a shit.
No,
They
talk
only
about
listen to
if
the people
Bo-Katan got it.
of Mando.
I'm talking about like, oh, oops, I accidentally pushed him out the airlock. Hey, Bo-Katan, here you go.
But she can't. Never mind.
I mean, technically he's dead.
This is going around in circles here.
I mean, but technically that's the rules.
Sure, technically.
I mean, if someone poisons
Technically, no one saw her not win the fight, so technically she could just take the sword from Mando and be the leader. But she has morals, and they follow rules, and she doesn't want to take it because she can't, because then she wouldn't be the true leader.
Do
So
you think she's
technically,
gonna-
yes, she could shoot the guy in the face and then just pick up the sword and say, "I'm the leader." But she has honor. Thank you. Right? She has honor. And that's why she's
But,
not
I
taking
mean,
the sword.
Mando doesn't.
He doesn't care because
Mando
he's not a
doesn't know.
Mandalorian.
I mean, but he could still shoot him.
Thank you,
Or
Brain. She's
someone else
honor
could.
bound. Yes.
Someone else could shoot him, and it's over.
Sure.
For all we know,
Sure, the
Grogu
Sarlacc
could
could have
use
eaten
the
her and then
Force
all of a
to-
sudden just grabs the sword. Sure.
I would love to see the Sarlacc as the true leader. It
What
has
if
been.
Grogu disarms Mando and then gets the sword?
It doesn't matter who has the sword if it's not a Mandalorian. Only
What
the
if they-
Mandalorians that have the sword get the rightful place of the throne. Not anyone that has the fucking sword becomes the king or queen.
Okay, I like that. That makes sense.
I mean, someone pushes Gideon up the airlock.
having the
So
sword.
in other words,
We already know the drama's gonna be Mando's gonna have to fight her.
Ray can't just show up from the future and be like, "I am going to be the
No.
queen." No,
No,
you cannot identify as a Mandalorian. You are not. Get out.
correct.
I follow the way.
Technically, if you really want to go with it, I could put a spin on it, right? Where Bo-Katan's the rightful heir, but technically Sabine is the rightful heir because she actually gave it up to her other cousin or whatever sibling or whatever it was to become the leader, right? So if she comes back, technically she's next in line to take it, and if she does come back in the live action with Ahsoka, and they link season 3 or 4 to Ahsoka in some way, shape, or form, then that could be a throw a spin in who's going to be the leader of the Mandalorians.
Do you think Bo-Katan's gonna take a quick L to get in, and then Mando's gonna fight him?
I think they're going to Disneyfy it, and that there'll be some sort of thing like he doesn't. It won't. No one's going to die, obviously, and it'll be a change the ways of Mando or Mandalorian or whatever. I don't know. It'll be something lame like that.
They did something similar to that already.
I still think Grogu's gonna force choke Bo-Katan.
You think
That was the
who?
worst
Who
way
do you
to
think?
kill her.
Who do you think's gonna choke who?
Grogu's gonna force choke Bo-Katan.
I don't think
Grogu's
so.
gonna show up right in time to save him.
I
He's
think
gonna
I
show up
think
like
I
a
think
fire-
I think Grogu is you won't see
Gone.
them. Yeah, you won't see them together again.
Yeah.
You'll see Mando and stuff probably in like season 4.
We'll
meet
see
Grogu again.
Ahsoka.
Well, speaking about Mandalorian, okay, I was watching Den of the Nerds, okay, his watch party. He leaked something, okay.
Okay.
He said that Mando, since his ship blown up, is going to be a Naboo starfighter.
Okay.
That's
A single pilot starfighter, like not even like a full flown.
Supposedly.
Interesting.
I hope he goes back to how he was in episode 1, but
He doesn't want to get a fire spray. I mean, they're hot, hot commodity.
I don't know.
I have a question.
But-
oh, sorry.
The Naboo starfighter, it does come with a R2D2 spot.
Oh yeah. So you're saying R2D2 is making an appearance?
I think so.
It's gonna be R359.
Yeah, it's gonna be 8675309.
R2D2 had to get to the someplace in the episode 7 somehow.
It'll be ABC.
Well,
1,
I'll
2,
tell you
5.
what. R2D2 is coming back, but not with Mando. He will be with Luke Skywalker because he already made an appearance at the end of season 2 of Mando. So
Nah.
he'll be with Luke Skywalker.
No, I think he will.
R2D2 just stayed on the ship with Mando
Yeah,
by
sure.
accident.
No.
Oh, by accident, he was. So
No, that's where
slow
he put
and Luke
Grogu
forgot.
in. He picked up his head and put Grogu inside there so he's safe. Put him inside R2D2.
No, but then he took Grogu and kicked R2D2 over and said goodbye.
Look, this show is a low point right now. Right, Mando was the
most
high point.
absolutely
This is
is.
the low point. Now, this has to end strong. There's only 3 episodes left. 3 episodes
That's what
left.
I fear.
Right.
We're not going to get any development.
The
with
next
Red
2
Legion.
episodes are the next episode is another filler episode. 6 will
Yeah.
be a cliffhanger episode, and then 7 will be the conclusion.
It'll have a cliffhanger and a post-credit scene.
Do you see the Hutts coming back?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I
No,
think they're
they-
gonna make one more appearance. I think they will.
For
They
what
said-
reason?
They
For,
said Tatooine was pointless.
for what reason would they come back?
It's pointless till it isn't.
No, I know, but what reason? I'm game. I just want to know why you think they're coming back.
I think that Mando will kill whoever's the faction that made the Hutts go run off, and then the Hutts come back and fight not Mando, Boba Fett, and in doing this, Hutts bring an adult Rancor, and Boba has a kid Rancor.
You're already way off. You're way off. You're adding more stuff to 3 episodes. That's never gonna happen.
No, it's going to happen in episode 7. The
Yeah.
Hutts are going to be the main villain.
The
of
Hutts are
episode
coming back
7.
with a giant Rancor eating the small Rancor.
No, that's not going to eat the small one. They're just going to have a little fight, okay? And then the female raider is going to save Boba when he's about to be eaten by the adult Rancor, okay? And Fennec's going to secretly be enslaved one and drop another seismic charge down the thing to kill it.
Wow.
And then she's going to go to the Sarlacc pit and then drop a bomb in it.
Yeah, no, none of that's happening.
I have a
None of that's
question.
happening. Yeah, go ahead.
So Boba Fett's ship was not being used. I mean, it was just there.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
they not? You know what I would do? How much is this? How much could I sell this for? No one's using this right now. I'm going to sell it.
Yeah, the fact
Cool.
that Fortuna would keep his ship there, knowing that Boba was on the ship and they didn't find the survivor, why they would keep his ship for all those years is beyond me.
Yeah, I agree.
I could kill it. I could sell this for a good.
Right? They
hefty
could
price.
get a good hefty price, which would have made something more I don't know, promising for the story. Like he had to find who had his ship. You know what I mean? Because he went there and it wasn't there, and Fortuna tells him that I don't have your ship. We sold it, right? And then the adventures of looking for his ship instead of the adventure of him trying to become a gang leader.
Imagine he kills Fortuna and he's like, "Wait, where's my ship?"
But the problem is we already saw the ship in Mando season 2, so
Yeah.
there's no
mystery.
there's no
anymore.
mystery, right? You know he gets it.
Would have liked this to be like a miniseries, like before he showed up in, what is it, Mando. We get like 2 mini episodes that are both like 30 minutes, like how he got out of the Sarlacc pit, then he went to the Tuscans,
Right.
and then you found Fennec, right? 25-minute episodes. You remove the bullet train. You don't even have to do the
Well,
Pike
no, the
stuff
bullet
unless
train. The
Pike
bullet
stuff.
train's okay because that comes into play with the Pikes and whatnot, right? And then
Oh, I
also,
meant for like 25 minutes.
Oh.
Like 25-minute episodes each.
Yeah.
I was thinking like if you do 25 to 30 minutes each, you could just cut some of the Tuscan stuff. You didn't need all of it.
there's a lot of fat that you could cut off these episodes, and you could have
Yeah.
put more content.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
I just thought
Yeah,
of
all of episode 3, just the whole thing is just
Power
just-
Ranger.
yeah, just get rid of episode 3 completely.
God, dog, you really have the Power Rangers.
Yeah,
in.
episode 3 was just awful.
Awful.
Episode 3 was amazing. It was a ride.
If the episode from season 2 Mando where Boba Fett comes in and wipes clean like all the stormtroopers when Grogu's sitting making a telephone call, like that's like the pinnacle of episodes. Episode 3 is the worst episode, and Boba Fett's in both of them. He's got the best episode and the worst episode.
Man. Oh,
I just thought of a
So-
way
okay.
that Boba Fett can die and Bo-Katan can get the sword. Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait, Boba.
Boba Fett or Mando?
See, we're all
No,
getting it
Boba
confused.
Fett
Oh.
dies
Uh-huh.
and Bo-Katan gets the sword. Okay. Mando comes to
And
help
la-
Boba Fett.
And lays it next to him, gives him the sword.
No. Okay, sort of. Okay.
It's a gift for the
Boba
Daimo.
Fett gets the dark saber.
Mhm.
Bo-Katan sees this and immediately just blasts him in the head.
Yeah, because he's not wearing his helmet.
he never wears his helmet, and then he's too busy.
He never wears that.
He gave
He never
up.
wears
He
his
gave up.
helmet.
At this moment, he gave up.
And then she says, "I'm Boba Fett." Yeah, I'm Boba
Yes.
Fett. Yeah.
He's like, I'm the
She's
dark
like,
saber.
I'm the saber.
Brandon
now.
Brandon says, "So Jurassic Park meets Star Wars sprinkled with Cloverfield." Yes, that's what
Oh,
Krebsy's
that's
Krebsy's thing is.
She's like, I'm Bo-Katan.
Yeah, I'm
I walked
Bo-Katan
off.
and just kills
I
him.
am
You don't-
Batman.
You
Hold on,
don't
what
think
do you-
that's actually going to happen?
What's
They
that?
probably
The
will.
Rancor stuff or the
No,
Boba
not
Fett
the
thing you just
Rancor,
said?
The Boba Fett thing I just said.
No, I don't think that's happening either.
I think it will
It's a
happen.
it's a perfect way to lead into season 3.
No.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think Boba Fett's dying.
Okay, wait. Do you think?
He's
I'd
not.
rather
He's
have
not
Boba
dying.
Fett dead
I
than
hope
be
Boba-
what he is currently.
If Boba Fett was a bounty hunter, you know what would be cool? He actually gets a bounty, and he has to go hunt down Moff Gideon.
You know what? For a bounty hunter, we never see him bountying.
Yeah,
We never see
Yeah.
him.
Hunting.
We never see him hunting or bountying.
we don't see him being a detective.
Yeah, nothing. He's
It's like someone betrayed me. Someone's trying to.
he's
kill
supposed to
me.
be like Batman with armor. You know what I mean? Like Batman, but a bounty hunter instead of a hero, right? He's got tracking skills. He can track people, kill
You know
people
what
like
it is?
eight different ways.
They made him the George Clooney Batman. That's what he did.
Oh no, they made him the
Oh
Val
yes,
Kilmer.
Batman
They
and
gave-
Robin.
They gave him the nipple suit. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes.
Oh my god, can you imagine if his armor had nipples? Can you imagine? I'm Boba Fett.
Just-
Yeah,
and it's like,
the
wait,
nipples.
Boba, what's wrong with your armor? It's like nothing's wrong with your armor.
yeah. No, it's
Everything's fine.
I honestly though they've made Disney has literally Disneyfied a lot of the coolest heroes. Hulk, bitch Hulk,
Yeah.
right? Loki, bitch Loki, and now you have bitch Boba
Kingpin.
Fett.
I
Yeah,
don't like how.
yeah,
if we can talk
Kingpin.
about that, I don't like how they did that either.
What Kingpin?
Loki's development.
Oh, Loki.
They
Yeah,
did it in an episode.
Yeah.
It's like, so he went from being Avengers Loki to Thor Ragnarok at the end Loki in 3 minutes.
I don't know what they're doing with these. Like they're like
None of them
awesome
can be
characters.
evil.
They're awesome characters, and they don't know what to do with these awesome characters. They have to make these like weak ass characters. So you like it doesn't make sense. Like you have to break him down to build him up. No, he's already built up. Now just tell the story. Just tell the story of the lore of how he got out of the fucking Sarlacc pit and how he got to Mando. Like I don't need this in between shit of what's happening. And he's like an old folk. He's 41. He's 41.
He's
Boba
not
Fett's
41.
I'm 43. Okay?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
41.
Wait, I don't believe you. No way he's 43.
No, I'm 43. He's 41.
That's even worse. No way. I can't believe you. That's how ridiculous it is. I can't believe you.
Yeah. How old is Tamara Morrison? Like in real life?
50 something. 50. Oh, hit.
I love how they could have had him just
56?
voice the character. Could just had him voice the character. They didn't need him. Like, why is his helmet always off? Let me go into
It's so
a
he
gang
can
fight.
say the line, I'm Boba Fett.
This is gonna surprise
was
you. He's
born in-
61.
Yeah, I was about to say
That
he was
doesn't
born in
that doesn't
60.
surprise me.
He was born in 1960, so yeah, he's
Yeah,
61.
that doesn't surprise me.
But you could just have someone else under the armor. I know for a fact they didn't have the guy that was playing Mando or the guy underneath
No, there's a
the
stunt
mask.
double most of it underneath
Yeah,
there
it's
instead
like,
of
hey,
Pedro
guys, look.
Pascal. Yeah.
I love how we're talking about he didn't want to kill people, right? But he shot a rocket at one of the Red Ninjas in episode 1. Instead of like shooting his blaster, he flat out fired a whole missile and killed that man.
No, he didn't kill him. The shield blocked it.
No. Talk about
No,
when that
he
other
went
guy.
splat.
Yeah, there was a guy trying to parkour his way up a building, and he shot a rocket right.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, that guy's dead. Yeah, that guy's
At him. Yeah,
dead.
like, oh man, wait, did you mention the shield?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that shield part is hilarious.
Boba Fett's strong because he has Fennec do everything.
Yeah, he's pointless.
He's a
I'd rather
delegator.
show
He's a
it-
delegator. That's what makes him strong. He knows
He's a-
he knows how to delegate.
It's what Jabba would do. So
That's
I mean, I
right.
guess it fits the role.
Right. Jabba used to also look like Boba Fett, and then he got out of shape because he let everyone else. He delegated too
Mhm,
much,
mhm.
and that's what happened to Jabba. That was the downfall of Jabba. He should learn his lesson. Same with
love the fact
Fortuna.
that-
Fortuna was going the same direction, right? He was a delegator. He sat on the throne and got fatter and fatter. He didn't get off his fat ass. Now that's what's
He was
happening to
already like
Boba.
that in the Clone Wars, though. To my is that not the same guy from Clone Wars?
Bib Fortuna.
That's not the same one, right?
Bib Fortuna when he was there. Yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah.
Oh, then he looked the exact same.
No. You're thinking of the wrong guy. I know who you're thinking of. You're thinking of like the mayor. That's the same type of. He's a big fat guy. No, Bib Fortuna
Yeah, in
was.
Clone Wars.
No. Bib Fortuna's in Clone Wars for like, I think 1 or 2 episodes or whatever. Yeah,
He was with an episode with Sabine, right?
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure.
They were getting poisoned. One of them, I forget the episode. There was someone that looked just like him. I'm not sure if everyone looks like him from that planet, but
Now you're just being racist.
I mean, it's not my fault. Look at all the Twi'leks. How in the world?
Now you're just being racist against.
I can't tell them all apart. They all look.
Yeah, no.
You get like a row of just Ahsokers. I'm not gonna be able to tell which one's Ahsoka.
Let's see. Bib Fortuna in
He was in
Clone
Clone
Wars. He's fat. They have
I
a picture
can
of him
say-
being fat here.
Since you're bringing up that character, like the whole that race, the bartender, something's up with her.
Here, this is Fortuna.
Oh yeah.
This is Fortuna
Let me
in Clone Wars.
Okay, let me see. I'm sure. I remember the episode. He was sitting at a table. They were in a ship. That's Fortuna.
Yeah, that's Bib Fortuna. Yeah,
Oh my goodness, never mind. I was thinking of someone.
yeah. I know who
completely-
you're thinking of.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
So
Bosk.
I was thinking of a senator.
yeah, that's what. Yeah, you're thinking of and he wears like a red robe or something like that.
He wore blue.
Whatever. He's a big fat guy. Same
Yeah.
race. He's the same race as Bib Fortuna, or
Yeah.
Rothlith, whatever. Oh no, he's a Twi'lek. He's a male Twi'lek. What am I saying?
Do you think what's the next character? Oh my god, I know nothing about Moon Knight, so I can't really get mad if they mess him up. I don't know anything about him. What's the next Disney show?
Moon Knight.
I mean
Moon Knight.
Star Wars.
Obi-Wan.
Okay, how do you think that's gonna go? Just like
I think there's gonna be a lot of flashbacks like this.
oh absolutely.
To be honest,
I mean
it's gonna be 100%
I-
flashbacks.
I think we're getting a secret show in February for Star Wars.
Animated?
I think we're getting Obi-Wan in February.
Of 2022.
Yeah, it's coming out this year. Obi-Wan's coming out this year.
It is?
I don't know if it's coming out in February, but it's coming out this year.
That sounds like a lot of shows that they have.
I'm pretty sure it's coming out this year.
Well,
It got done filming early last year.
I thought that they were going to pull another Book of Boba Fett and announce an unannounced IP at the end of Book of Boba Fett and have that in Star
you're
Wars
right.
Academy.
They're probably gonna do that. They're gonna be like Book of Boba Fett.
And wait a year for it?
What do you mean?
I mean, when they did the end credit scene, we waited 1 full year for Book of Boba Fett to come out.
Yeah, wait a year for Star Wars Academy. Yeah.
For Loki?
Well, Star Wars Academy is not coming out this year. It's coming out in 2023.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this
I think
year
they're gonna
this
come out
year
with-
supposedly I think we get Bad Batch 2,
Ugh.
we get Obi-Wan, and I think we get the Ahsoka show. No, what's the one? Acolytes.
Acolytes. What's that?
It's looking at the dark side.
Oh, are we
That might
gonna
actually
learn
be pretty good.
We're gonna learn about the mysterious rays of the dark side that Emperor Palpatine was talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yes. We're gonna finally learn how we actually came back.
What the fuck was I looking up
This-
now? I was looking up. Oh yeah.
Might be a little sad, but I don't know if it's completely truthful. But if Michael Bay filmed this, I think it might be a little better.
Oh,
No,
man.
I would never watch it.
I would watch it. I would love to
I
see
would
all the
never watch it.
explosions on the screen.
So we don't know when the show comes out, but Obi-Wan's definitely come out in 2022.
Probably late 2022. What are all the
They're gonna-
Marvel shows coming out this year? I mean,
They're going to have to start overlapping with Marvel and Star Wars.
I don't know why they don't. It doesn't make any sense to me that they have a streaming service.
Yeah. What's that about? Like, okay, well,
You couldn't hear us anymore, Critter?
what's
That's weird.
what's the what's the show that they're coming out with? Moon Knight, right? And how
Mhm.
many episodes is that? 7?
I think 6.
6.
6? Okay, that could have came out.
That
with
comes
chapter
out
one.
March 30th.
That could have came out with chapter 1 or 2 of Book of Boba Fett, and it's like, oh, I have even more interest to get the streaming service. I have 2 shows that I can now
yeah.
watch.
I don't know why they do what they're doing. I would have put like definitely overlap. So like it'd be like 4 episodes of Boba Fett in January, right? And then the beginning of January, or actually you don't even have to overlap them. You could just do Boba Fett for
The
6
middle.
weeks, and then start Obi-Wan the following week, and then or the following Wednesday, and then it goes up until the end of March, and then the next one starts in April, and then so on and so forth. So you have 6 shows, or it would be what 7, 8 shows throughout the year, and that covers everything. And if they do overlap, then put Fridays is Star Wars and Wednesdays is Marvels, whatever. You know what I mean?
Or just have them overlap.
I understand why they do it. There's another show that I watch, and they have it to where show A, all of that will go for 3 months. All the episodes will go out on 3 months, and then they have the next show go out for 3 months. So then they could try to expand the long-time memberships.
Right.
I think
Well, yeah,
Walking
because
Dead does something like that, doesn't
yeah,
it?
they
Walking Dead
want
does
you
something
to
like that.
stay. That's why they keep Game Pass is the same shit, right?
Mhm.
They
I
put a
want-
new
I
game out every certain month, so you have to keep your subscription. You're like, oh, that's coming out
Yeah.
this month. Yeah, it's the same thing.
I should see if I
That's
like
why Moon Knight's launching March 30th and not April 1st.
Wait, what's coming out in February?
Nothing. That
Oh,
Well,
Congrats.
this runs for another 3 weeks, so this runs to the first week through February.
if they do a double start for okay, there's enough room for them to put a show in between February and the end of March.
Yeah, I agree.
But the beer bug, yeah, the beer bug, yeah.
yeah, they could have released 2 shows.
Let me tell you something. The beer bug, Brandon, in the industry, prices are going up, like because they have to test every single day Okay, every single day they have to test the crew out. All right, so we know for a fact that when Mando was filming, or when they were filming Boba Fett, they actually have a studio that they built separately, away from everybody, and it's on an old airbase that they built. And everyone that's working on the show is contained inside there. They don't get to go out anywhere else when they're making it. So they could pump them out.
Meh.
This is your life now. You make shitty
Oh.
Star Wars shows.
I saw a character, and it's Star Wars related, but I don't know who he's called. Okay, he's blue. He has red eyes.
That's Cad
and he has-
Bane.
he has-
Yeah,
okay, who's
Cad Bane.
that?
That's a
Cad
bounty
Bane's
hunter.
Cad Bane's on the level of Boba. I don't know how he died.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
No,
I think.
no, he's not.
No,
No,
wait.
he's not dead.
How old is he?
I don't know. He doesn't age like we do. Here, this is who we're talking about. You're talking about this guy.
Boba Fett. He was all throughout Clone Wars.
Yeah, you're talking about this guy.
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Cad Bane.
Wait, when do you?
Yeah,
yeah.
I talked about him was it last week's show or 2 weeks ago? I said that I think I would like to see him come in, which would be interesting because when Fennec says at the end of this, it takes money to get an army. He's a badass. He's a badass,
Now-
and he would fit perfectly into the Western theme of what Boba Fett and Mando are.
Who does he have ties to?
He's got ties to everybody.
He has ties
That's-
to the Mandalorian. He has ties to the Sith. He has ties to like Luke.
He's got ties to the Jedi. He's got ties to like heads of state and yeah, he's got ties to everything.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if him and Fennec have ever crossed paths. I don't know. He knows Boba. He ran with Boba. Well, I'm sorry, Boba ran with him.
Now, would he be
In the beginning.
against Boba or with Boba?
Well, when he was younger, he trained him a little bit. So I think he would be with him. Yeah. So let me see. Let's see. Cad Bane. Did Boba Fett fight Cad Bane? I don't remember. After dueling with Bad Batch Hunter Bane. I just ruined something for myself. So Bane just was in Bad Batch. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they did cut that.
Is it like Darth Bane?
No, his name is
No,
Cad
no, no.
Cad Bane. Cad Bane.
He's a bounty hunter.
So then, are we either going to get him or Mace Windu?
So hold on, I'm looking up. Oh shit.
and-
Okay, so this is from August of 2021. It's from a teaser at the end of Mandalorian season 2 finale. It appears the Disney Plus series will cover Boba assuming control of Jabba's criminal palace. Okay. However, a new leak suggests a familiar face from the animated canon may appear in a new spin-off. Here's what you need to know. The Book of Boba Fett will feature an appearance of Cad Bane, according to a leak from LRM Online. That's right, the gunslinging alien bounty hunter featured in both the Clone Wars and most recently the Bad Batch is on his way to live action. The appearance in Book of Boba Fett has been a long time coming for Cad Bane. There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Who do you think
Okay.
he's gonna hunt down?
Confirmed.
Huh.
I mean, it's leaked, but Star Wars is space western. Cad Bane is the ultimate gunslinger. Yeah, he's perfect. He's perfect for this stuff.
I think he would have been better than Boba to do this.
Oh my God,
Okay.
I would have loved a show of Cad Bane. His voice his voice modulation that he has and his voice is just really fucking cool.
What's it sound like?
Oh man, I didn't know he's in Bad Batch. But see, now I'm excited to watch that. I don't know what he did, but yeah, he'll fit right in. That's cool.
Okay. He obviously didn't kill Fennec, so.
Well, I don't know. Did him and Fennec cross paths in that show? I don't know. I didn't watch it, so. But there you go. So Cad Bane. There you go. I said last week that he could potentially come in.
That means we're not getting Mace Windu.
Darn it.
Cad Bane, when she said the money thing this show, I was like, oh, they're getting bounty hunters, right? Because you don't need an army. You don't need like 1,000 people. If you get Bosk, you get Cad Bane, you get a bunch of like major bounty hunters to come in, then
Mando.
that would be right. Mando, you put a little price out there to get people to come in. Mando's still, he doesn't have Grogu, so he's back to doing bounties and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Oh,
I'm telling you,
see, I hype myself up for this show, and the show sucks. The show blows right now, and I'm hyped about next week now. God damn you! God damn you! Yeah,
seems we can create a better plot in 30 minutes than they can in like multiple months.
Yeah.
Brandon says, I can't remember where I heard it, but the director that directed the episode with Ahsoka and Mando and the same director for the next episode, and it's the director that always wants to make sure
her. She's the one that's doing every episode of Obi-Wan. Is that the director?
Yes. That's the same girl.
She does a good job.
She's the one that did the episode of Ahsoka where they did the fighting with the duel that they had.
So when's Boba Fett ending? Okay.
February.
I'm beginning to think that we're getting the 13th. Okay, it ends the 13th.
No,
she's
9th.
done a couple of episodes for Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I think every episode she's done for Mandalorian was a good one.
No, it's only 3 episodes left.
The 9th. I was looking at April. I'm dumb.
I was gonna say 26th, 2nd, and the 9th. Yeah.
So then that leaves the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 weeks in between the end of Boba and Moon Knight.
No, when does Moon Knight come out?
The 30th of March.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you could put a show in there.
But Obi-Wan, that's what's going to happen.
But why wouldn't they announce it? There's nothing. There's no advertisement. There's nothing going on right now.
We didn't have any trailer for Moon Knight till yesterday.
True, but Moon Knight's also coming out on the 30th. You're saying that in 3 weeks there's going to be a hidden Star Wars show that that hasn't been advertised for.
A hidden announced Star Wars show that.
I mean, look, we didn't know about Book of Boba Fett, right? It was dead silent. And all of a sudden, they just announced it at the end of the show. No one knew about it. But then it's been a year after that when it was made.
Yeah, well, would hit harder, announce the show, and next month it airs.
That would be pretty cool.
They would have to. That means the end.
Keep it under wraps.
They would have to keep it on. Yeah, they would have to keep it under wraps. It's just weird because there's no time frame, right? There's 6 weeks.
Which would mean that in order to keep
cool.
like the fans watching, they would have the show would have to be about someone popular, and Obi-Wan's pretty popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know much about what was it.
What do you mean? Obi-Wan's like one of the most beloved characters in Star Wars.
No, I mean, I'm not going to be like driven because of the fact it's a fan favorite character. Like I still saw Shang-Chi. I knew nothing about him. I was intrigued. If the trailer looks intriguing, I'll go see it. It doesn't have to be, oh my God, it's Ahsoka. Okay.
You're going to yell at me, but during Obi-Wan, do you think we see the Liam Neeson character?
Qui-Gon? Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
As a Force Ghost.
100% because Qui-Gon is like a super powerful Jedi, and he's the actual one that learned
Obi-Wan.
Well, he trained Obi-Wan, but he's the one that actually learned how to project, like do force projections.
Yeah, it's a ghost. Yeah.
Yeah. So 100%.
I'm gonna rewatch that arc where the 3 of them go to the planet with the forces today.
Yeah, Qui-Gon was huge.
I would love to hear Qui-Gon's disappointment and Obi-Wan. You let him fall.
Yeah.
You got killed by not Mace by Maul.
Do
Well,
you think we see?
when you would see Obi-Wan get pissed off at Qui-Gon, you told me he was the one, right? You told me to
Exactly.
train him. You told me that he was the one.
I said I should trade him.
Right, right.
If we
You
have
know
6
what?
weeks,
He says he is the one to produce the offspring of the chosen one.
I
Yeah.
want to ask this question to y'all right quick. Do y'all think that had Qui-Gon lived, he would have did a better job of training Anakin? He may not have fallen to the dark side.
He probably wouldn't have fallen to the dark side. There's a higher chance he wouldn't have.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a higher chance he would not have. Yeah,
I don't know because
Go
I think Qui-Gon himself, he was a rebel when it came to the Jedi Order. Hence why he wanted to pick up a different, Padawan and against the rules. Like he was a rule breaker as well, right?
Yeah.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Count Dooku? I forget who trained.
I
Who-
think
who
Dooku
trained
trained
Qui-Gon,
him,
right? Yeah, I
I
think
think Dooku trained Qui-Gon, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know to say that he wouldn't.
Mm,
Who
that's
knows?
a good pattern I just noticed.
Yeah.
Each teacher, when they chose a Padawan, well, of course, Qui-Gon didn't go dark. He didn't go to the dark side, but, it's like, yeah, they were
And Yoda
too much
tried-
of a rebel.
Yeah, no, I still think with more guidance, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I do too. I think he would have stayed more to the light side. Because I think it was too much. You know how the parents, they're too strict in the kid.
Right.
The more strict they are, the more they
Yeah, they
rebel
push
and
back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to Anakin overall. And had Qui-Gon, he would have been like, he would have known that's what would happen. So it's like, no, you can't be that strict with this kind of a student. You gotta loosen up.
Like you
you
see
know.
how he is. Let him do his thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like the first, what was it? Episode 8 of season 7. The beginning of that. I think that is the only one that knows.
Episode 8, season 7. You're talking
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
You remember the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Just let Anakin do his thing. He knows what he's doing. Just let him do his thing.
Yeah.
God, I love season
That's
7.
yeah. Count Dooku was his master. I just double check.
look, I know I'm setting my expectations to like be disappointed, but if they don't release anything during these 6 weeks, Disney's
They probably won't because they didn't release anything between What If and Hawkeye. Remember there was that
I
6 week gap.
Thought I someone understood. I'm like they probably didn't have enough time to film stuff or whatever to get it out due to COVID and all that. But now there's no reason.
Or he would have just not trained him like Yoda said to do.
I think Qui-Gon would have.
I don't know. I think Qui-Gon is. I don't know. He was more. That Qui-Gon was more loose, like Anakin, right? Like he had that temper, and the same with Obi-Wan, right? Like Qui-Gon saw himself in Obi-Wan, and the same he saw himself in Anakin. So I think
he saw sections of himself,
right? So I don't know. I want to say like he tried hard to stay on course, but I think I don't know if he would have persuaded him to train both. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I would love to see stories like that if they did like animated shows of like Count Dooku
Elseworld
and like Qui-Gon and them and tell stories of them.
Oh yeah.
That would be cool.
that would have messed with Sidion's plans if Count Dooku didn't go to the dark side. Who's he gonna have as an apprentice?
Didn't it say one of the reasons why Count Dooku left is because he was upset about how what's his name died, or Qui-Gon, like he blamed it on the Jedi Order why Qui-Gon died or something like that.
I don't remember that.
I think that was like that's like either implied in the movies or like some lore stuff that's like in like extended universe. I don't know type thing.
Qui-Gon's death was the final straw, but he didn't like where the Jedi Order was going.
Right, he didn't.
Like the
Right,
path.
right. He agreed. Like he didn't agree with what they were doing. If you think about it, the Jedi were assholes, not Palpatine the way they were doing it.
Yeah, they were.
They're monks, and yet all of a sudden they became generals, right? And started.
Yeah.
That's what Jedi are. They're monks.
What Ahsoka said was true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jedi
but-
are peacekeepers, but now we're generals in
Yeah.
a war.
yeah. I'm telling you, her character arc throughout all of Star Wars is probably one of the best arcs.
Especially in new canon. Definitely better
better
than
than Anakin's arc, in my opinion.
Oh, I need to watch that, man, because I have not. Seen
You've
a
never
single...
seen it?
No, I've never seen.
It's such a good series, and
Do you want me to send you the
Get-
chronological order?
get past the animated like style. When you start watching and you get into the story, like you don't even pay attention to the stuff. The story is so good.
I heard you have to get past season one. I heard season one is really like kind of like the last Avatar was, but like once you
Like
get
Final
past season
Fantasy.
one, then it just takes off.
That's Avatar.
If you get past, I didn't care. I thought all of them were great. Like there's some great episodes, just the like the Mandalorians and stuff.
Okay.
And then once you're done with Clone Wars, just move right over to Rebels.
Yeah, I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation for like a week and a half starting tonight, so I don't go back to work till like the 31st. So that could definitely be on my list of stuff to watch and binge. That's what's up. Okay.
Oh man,
Brandon, honestly, if you can get past, hell, don't watch it. Listen to it like a radio. Then, like, there's so much freaking lore, and great story. Like the way they weave it back and forth and tell you stories. It's great. It's some of the best Star Wars you'll ever see.
I
Darth
can
Maul
definitely.
was great.
Okay.
Darth Maul was great.
Which one?
I love Darth Maul.
Oh, Darth Maul. Yeah. When the whole Darth Maul's arc and that is great as well.
I still think he's showing up in Boba Fett.
He's dead.
No, he is dead.
He's dead.
You know, see, that's a sad thing. It's like I think had they had foresight to know where John Favreau was going to let Dave Filoni, go with, with his side of storytelling for Star Wars, I think he may have left a window open or door open for Maul to come back.
No, Dave Filoni, like he literally gave like Maul an awesome story. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
I know, but I think he would have gave him like at least room to make a return for live action had he known, because so many of his characters.
I'm telling you, but he did make a thing for his live action. When you watch Solo, he's at the end of Solo. He pops
true,
in.
Yeah, as a projection, not like a real.
But see, that makes you want to see more of him, but I guess it's kind of weird because then it's like, yeah.
No, I thought his character was complete in Rebels.
They would have had to okay.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
watch Clone Wars, you'll see like when he got sliced in half in Episode 1, like you're like, oh man, what a waste, right? And then when you see what happens to him and what he goes through in Clone Wars, you're like, this is awesome. This is awesome.
No,
It's
I agree with that.
opposite
But
of what
I
happened
don't
to
know how.
Boba Fett.
Exactly.
I saw a YouTube video of how he finally dies fighting against Obi-Wan, I think, but I just like Krebs' idea of how it would be awesome if that character popped up at the end of this, and now that can't happen. I understand Vader because Vader, you can't.
I'm telling you though, like I know it's not live action, but it's awesome. Like Darth Maul's arc in the animated series doesn't need a live action. It literally is a great story, and the animation, the way they do it, and the way like he gets his legs chopped off. They find him in a dumpster. Right, he's got new legs. He's like this giant spider creature. He goes and gets his brother, and like this whole story arc, man. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Okay.
Now, doesn't he die like over a campfire with Obi-Wan?
He gets in a fight. They have a saber duel, and then Obi gets him. He stabs him. And because Obi's not,
he ain't dead.
Because Obi-Wan. No, see, this is the difference. When you don't see someone die, then their potential of still being alive. When you see them die on the actual thing, then they're dead.
We saw John Cena die in Suicide Squad, and he has a TV series.
He wasn't dead though.
That's what I'm saying.
You didn't see him die. You saw a building collapse. You didn't see him die. All I'm saying.
Got shot in the neck and was bleeding out.
Correct, but you didn't see him die. You saw a building collapse. And you said, well, everyone in there is dead. That's what you thought.
I need to watch that show. So I've heard good things about that show, and I still haven't watched it yet either. I got a lot
Peacemaker? No, that show's awful.
Vacation.
Peacemaker?
I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I don't think I am.
I don't think
Compared
to the Marvel series, it's awful. It's trash.
Wait, it's Is it Boba Fett better? The silence is deadly. The silence is deadly.
Right?
I don't
He's
know.
having a hard time.
Okay, so
His brain just malfunctioned. He's like, oh, I can't. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say.
Peacemaker, I personally think it just pushes the jokes too far. They're not even that funny. They're not funny at all. The action sucks. The I don't know. The story sucks.
Okay.
It visually doesn't look good. It looks like they filmed it on some high schooler who has a high budget filmed it.
Brandon says, I watched Rogue One for the first time about 3 weeks ago, and I don't agree with the people saying that Vader's hallway scene is better than Luke's in Mando Season 2. Oh. God, that's...
They're the same
You
to
can't.
me.
They're
the same.
They're almost the exact same, and that's what
I know.
the crazy part is. They did that on purpose, though.
Yeah.
Right? They did it on purpose to show you,
Father like son.
yeah, father like son.
Like son, yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
The difference though, Reese, or I'm sorry, Brandon, is that Vader was murdering people.
Yeah.
Luke was killing robots.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But Luke had it in him to do the same thing, but he's on the light side of the Force, so robots is cool to do that too, but not like actual human flesh.
No, Vader was just manhandling people in that scene. It was so awesome.
Dude, like when that saber went through the door, killed that dude through the door, I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
he almost made it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The problem that Rogue One has isn't even in the film. The problem it has is the TV series that's being made about it.
Ooh, I didn't like how they.
That's going to be terrible. There's no tension in that whole show.
Yeah, because
no tension in the entire show.
Yeah, I agree.
Same with Obi-Wan. There's going to be no tension with Obi-Wan, but it'll be cool to watch adventures. But if they ever put him like where he could die this episode, you're like, no, we know when he dies. We know when he dies. Yeah. So yeah, but I totally get it if you don't like it or you don't think it's better or worse. I think they're the exact same. They're meant to be.
Yeah. I agree.
Mirror images of them. Yeah, but Vader's is so brutal, man. And what I loved about Rogue One is that the ending of Rogue One is literally seconds before New Hope, right? That's what I love, the connection of that, where they escape, okay, and then the New Hope starts. They're running from what just happened in Rogue One, in New Hope.
I think the Rogue One would, in my opinion, would be better because the how impactful it is to the greater story.
Yes,
and I think that the scenery is better.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it runs better because of what it connects to. It connects to New Hope, like instantaneously, right?
But if you cut that away and you just look at it visually, they're
the exact same visually, but for story wise, you're like, because when New Hope opens up, you see a ship fly overhead, you see the Star Destroyer flying overhead, and you're like, why are they running? Well, now you know they're running because they have the secret plans that they just got from the hallway sequence 10 seconds before that, where Darth Vader was murdering everybody.
Yeah.
Why don't we have a Vader show? Like, honestly.
Well, I think they're going to use Obi-Wan as a Vader / Obi-Wan story.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, isn't that what's his face returning?
Yeah, Hayden Christensen
is returning. Yeah.
I think they may have found or starting to feel. I think even James Earl Jones is like, I'm cool if y'all find someone that mirrors my voice. Because I would love him to voice Vader forever, but I feel like he's getting so old.
He's 91. He just had a birthday.
Yeah, it's like, let me retire. Just let me retire. Let the man retire. But we need that voice, man.
I was pissed off that they wished him a happy birthday online. I was like, you guys just cursed him.
Oh,
everyone's dropping dead left and right. And they were like, happy birthday. I was like, you sons of bitches, you leave James Earl Jones alone. Don't you wish him a happy birthday? Yeah.
I would like to know why they decided to pick Mandalorian and Boba Fett as like the front of the series, the TV series.
They wanted to do. There was supposed to be a Boba Fett show years ago that Lucas wanted to do, and it just never got created. And then I think Disney was like, "Oh, we'll just make a Mando show, which I think was supposed to be the Boba Fett show.
Yeah, I think so too. I think originally, well, you can tell this is what they wanted to be, but like, it's too much noise on. I think they were still undecided whether they wanted to respect the EU. Oh, he made out the Sarlacc pit, or did he not make it out the Sarlacc pit? They're like, no, scratch it. Just do a Mandalorian show. And if the show does good, we'll find a reason to say he came out the pit in season 2.
I think a light bulb just went off. Okay, Boba Fett never talked.
He said 2
words.
lines.
He said like 4 lines. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
His words
he's
were his
he's
actions.
no good to me, Dad.
You can't make a TV series off of that with no dialogue or anything. Okay?
You can.
What you can, but what I'm getting at is
Echo's gonna prove us all wrong. No,
I think Echo's gonna be equally as trash as Boba Fett, if not worse.
You can't have a show with no one talking. Let me introduce you to Echo. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it's about Echo. Now, if it's a placeholder and it's going to be about Daredevil,
Echo's going to put a mask on every episode instead of taking her mask off.
Is she going to be signing that her name's Echo every?
Yeah, I am Echo. Do you know who I am? I am Echo. Yeah.
That's funny.
It's yeah. I like what you said, Brandon. Is Hayden going to have his helmet off or take his helmet off, or like Boba's saying, "I am Darth Vader"? Yeah, yeah. I am Darth Vader. Hey, he takes his helmet off every.
Then he puts the helmet back on. I was like, oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
and then he force chokes.
Yeah, I gotta put the helmet back on. I gotta breathe.
So
Sorry.
he just takes it off his.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, you want some tea and cookies?
Hey, you know what? That reminds me of Darth Helmet. Remember Darth Helmet from
Yeah,
Spaceballs?
yeah, Spaceballs.
Flip
Rick
the visor
Moranis.
up.
Yeah.
He'll flip the thing so you can see his face.
Yeah.
I am Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
I am Darth Helmet.
Like, I hope they do Obi-Wan correctly. Like, I don't want Obi-Wan to do a whole bunch of flashbacks, but I think we are. It's going to be like the nightmares, like him and Anakin are like connected. I guarantee you, right? But they better not see each other, because if they see each other, that wrecks everything in New Hope. Okay, because he says the last time I saw you, I was a mere student or whatever he says, right?
Yeah, now I'm the master.
Right.
Yeah.
At this rate and how Disney acts, I'm beginning to think Mandalorian was a fluke.
What?
I don't know.
Mandalorian, the quality and how good it is was a fluke.
No, that's Favreau. I don't know what's going on with I think they ran into trouble with Boba Fett because you can't make him the way he needs to be to truly be how he should be in Disney. You just can't.
I sort of agree with you, but I think when Favreau and Filoni were doing when they were doing Mando, that's all they were doing. They were doing Mando. Now they're doing Bad Batch, or Filoni's doing Bad Batch. They're trying Man in season 3 and 4 and Book of Boba Fett. I think he's just getting pulled too many directions to keep solid what they're doing. Which is in an analogy is if you open a restaurant up and you're only focused on that one restaurant and it becomes a huge success, and then you franchise that shit out, right?
Yeah, quality. Yeah,
the quality goes down, right? The quality goes down, and I think that's what's happening with the Marvel series. And I think that's what's happening with the Star Wars series. I think it's getting watered down, and the quality control is not as good because they have to pump it out because they have to make shows for the service that their people are paying for.
Yeah, subscribe. Yeah.
It sounds like Bobby Kotick needs to come in and save the day.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my issue with
that. Then Microsoft is coming and buy Disney. I think they could do it.
I don't think they do it.
I'm just messing. I'm just teasing Phil Spencer. Phil's like, we can do it, right? What's the name? Bill Gates is like, stop it.
Yeah, but
in all honesty, that would actually be a really smart acquisition.
What, Disney for Microsoft or Microsoft for Disney?
By Disney, yeah, I think that would be smart actually.
Disney's like, we got nothing to do with gaming. It's like we don't care.
Yeah. No, they have a lot of games. They have a lot of games.
Sony's face. I just want to throw it in Sony's face.
Yeah, LucasArts made a shit ton of games back in the day.
Yeah, that's true. They did. They made those are the first like really hardcore computer game, PC games I played. The X-Wing games. They made, like,
TIE
back
Fighter
in
and
the
X-Wing.
late 80s.
Yep.
Yes. Oh my God.
This is the greatest.
My dad loved them games.
Yeah. Now you play Squadrons and you're like, what is this shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Great graphics, but goddamn, the gameplay sucks.
Yeah.
Well, not even that. Like, think of it. Microsoft buys Disney. They have Marvel. They have Star Wars. They have all the games. They have the parks.
I don't want to think about that. I truly love Disney and hate Disney all at the same time. Like living in Florida and I go to the parks all the time.
You don't want to see Master Chief and the Mickey Mouse walking next to each other?
I don't.
But then Master Chief's gonna be watered down. He's gonna be even more watered down than what he could.
Yeah.
No, because we under the control of Microsoft, not Disney.
Now you just have Mickey Mouse in the you have Mickey Mouse in Master Chief's outfit. Yeah.
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 You can't kill anyone. Ha ha. I'm Mickey. Ha ha.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Hi, folks. It's me, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I you know what? I honestly, this is one of the last things I'm gonna say before the night ends. I seriously feel bad for Deadpool now. I say this in all respect. I know they keep saying no, we're gonna make it rated R. It's like, bruh, yeah, sure, it's gonna be the proper rated R.
No,
because
it's gonna be
Disney fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be rated R. PG-13 is rated R for Disney.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, okay, Disney can easily bring all their properties and make all of them rated R. They just have to use Hulu and the Fox title.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Make a rated R Vader movie.
Yeah. Tomorrow, Sarge will probably go off on the deal. We'll be talking about that a lot tomorrow.
They do have some hardcore. There was this thing about a brother and sister. I can't remember what it was. They were Marvel Comics characters. I cannot remember the name of that show, but they were brother and sister, and they were action Marvel Comics, and it was like real deadly. Like I forgot that was even a Marvel show, but it was on Hulu. I can't. It was like the brother's name was Damien, and the sister.
It's a Marvel show.
I have to look that show up and. Yeah, it's based on a Marvel comic.
Damien.
It was a who? What show? I'm trying to think of a character, an actor or actress that was on the show, so I can quickly find it. I'll think of it later, but I may find it before we end tonight. Dang on it.
Well, imagine like a Boba Fett being rated R. Okay, his flamethrower would actually set people on fire. Okay, and then the Beskar spear. Whenever you stab someone, you actually stab someone.
I'm telling you, this episode would have been a 10 out of 10 if he just used his blowtorch on one of the guys at the table.
Well, yep.
I would have
let him do it.
I would have completely been like, oh, it's like, holy shit, that's the Boba Fett that I want to see. Like that's to make a stand, but they didn't. They played it safe. So next week, that's what we'll wait for. One big thing. Each of you guys tell me one big thing that's going to happen next week.
Next week.
Gritter. Oh, Gritter left. He pieced out. He's like, I don't have one big thing.
What's going to happen next week?
Zang, you got
that's
one?
Tough.
Oh, here comes Gritter. Gritter's back. Hold on. One big thing, Gritter. What do you think next week? Brandon says Mando. What do you guys?
Oh, that's not the name of the show.
Oh, okay.
It's called Hellstrom. Helstrom.
Never heard of it.
It's a really good show. I'll send it.
Just put it in the Discord.
You.
Yeah, put it in the Discord. What's your
Damon, and Anna Hellstrom.
Sean says disappointment. One big thing next week, disappointment. I like it, Sean. I like it.
One of them was.
Oh, your Discord is like robotic right now, Gritter. Krebs, are you still with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Since I can't hear them or they're not answering and Gritter sounds like a robot. What's one big thing next week? Oh,
what, Gritter?
Gritter, you're all busted up, man.
I think
it's like you're going to a tunnel.
Gritter?
Come towards the light, Gritter. Towards the light.
What happened?
Zhang, we're ending the show. So one thing next week. One big thing next week? What happens?
Boba Fett loses a fight.
Well,
and he
that
finally
happens every
comes to
week. That happened every week.
No. And he finally comes to the realization that he needs to stop being so soft.
Okay.
And that he has to start being.
So he gets his balls back next week. That's the one big thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he gives him the Fennec.
In a jar. I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
That's one
he's
big
like,
thing.
"Oh."
Gets his balls back next week. Krebsy, what happens?
I think Mando shows up.
Okay.
He announces his presence and he teams up with Boba to go on a hit mission to kill someone. We don't know who. But secretly, the person they're hunting down is the female raider.
I think next week we get the. I agree with Mando. Mando's making an appearance next week, but there's also going to be another big thing next week. I think
Cad Bane.
that's where we get Cad Bane. Yeah, Cad Bane.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what happens next week. I think we get Mando and Cad Bane.
But
I'll even throw a Bosk in there. The Trandoshan bounty hunter.
Like,
All right, Glitter. Well, what is it? Put it in chat. One big thing. Who do you think? What do you think is going to happen next week? One big thing for the show. Go ahead, Cubsy. What are you saying?
I don't even think that introducing Mando to me at this point would feel a little bit off.
Oh, introducing him
into Boba, I feel a little bit off, just a little.
Right, because he's like playing second fiddle to the guy. Like Mando would come in and Boba Fett would be playing fiddle to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we need.
That's how I felt last year when they brought Boba into Mando. I felt like Boba was second fiddle to Mando, even though, you know what I mean? It was just weird. I was just like, this is the Mandalorian show, and you brought Boba Fett, another Mandalorian type guy, in here, and it just felt off, even though he was like cool.
Now, if they were to do this like in episode 7, I'd understand it because it'd be like leading into season 3. But right now,
yeah,
unless he's in the next 3 episodes, I don't see why they would have to introduce him.
Well, if he comes back just for the one episode to fight the Pikes, now this is the reason, right? So maybe they fight the Pikes next week, or episode 6, but then they find out that they're really not fighting the Pikes, right? They get rid of that, it's done, and then the real problem comes in, which is fucking weird because then it's episode 6 and 7, and then it's over. So it's like, is there a season 2? You know?
Well, does Gideon show up? I mean, like, who's going to be?
Well, Gideon's captured, right? They have him captured.
Not like that. Like, is Boba Fett and Mandalorian, the 2 shows, going to link together, or is Boba Fett going to end and not interfere with season 3?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do agree with you, Brandon, about the music. I think the music came into play, and I think Mando comes in next week. Unless people didn't really like the music, and they're like, put the Mando music in there. I really don't like the Boba Fett soundtrack. It's not as catchy to me.
What the
No, well that's the Mando. That's Mando. The one they have now is they have like the people screaming, whatever the fuck it is. I'm like, it doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it. I appreciate. I like talking. I even know it's like 2.5 hours after the breakdown. I just love going back and forth and talking stuff. So I appreciate everyone coming on the show. Thanks, Krebsy, as always. Coming
Mace
on.
Windu and Mephisto are showing up.
That's right. Mephisto, Mace Windu as Nick Fury with Brie Larson as Mara Jade all come in and they help him.
I thought it was Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle's coming in as well. Right. Well, Chappelle is Windu.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Samuel L. Jackson is coming in as Nick Fury, is what I said, and then
got it.
And Brie Larson's coming in as Mara Jade. Yeah. So that'll all happen next week on Boba Fett. So, all right, I appreciate everyone coming out. We'll be live tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, daily grind. And then tomorrow night, Generation X Gaming weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories in the past week, and we rant along the way. That's on my main channel, 30 and Still Gaming. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.